guys, how you doing? Welcome to the garage. We have Judy, we have Rick, and we got Tracy, and we've got Gina. What's going on, everybody?
Hello.
Hello, for the record, Gina.
Tell her, Judy, hurry up, tell her.
I was the first to respond about the Zoom, and I was number one.
She's Queen Brown Noser for tonight.
Hey, Rick, she said she sent a messenger to your door just so you'd go so she could jump in.
No, I deliberately got on late. I'm not going to let her have all the glory.
No, look, before I got on, I saw Judy's thing on Messenger. I beat you.
Hey, Dan, what was that one you left?
It's a secret.
I'm still scratching my freaking head.
You'll be scratching for a while.
Oh, I ain't going back.
Hey now.
You already did.
Okay, so Tracy, I have a question for you.
Yes.
Oh.
So that I saw on Facebook, the Brooks shoe advertisement, is that recent?
In the context of how we define recent, it's
You're
actually very
I can
recent.
do that when I'm drinking,
Yeah,
man.
you got to define recent.
Oh.
I'm pretty good, aren't I? I'm kind of a little slow, but
So
so it's a
so
recent
20
advertisement or commercial or whatever?
Was it current?
So
Thank you.
I define very recent as the last 5 years. So 2017 is on the cusp of very recent. And that particular opportunity, I went to a race expo for the Rock and Roll Half Marathon, which I ran in July of 2017. I was there with friends, and Brooks Running Shoes had this camera crew, production crew there, and they were saying, hey, we have these scripts that we're going to read, and you're going to act in front of the camera holding the shoe. You won't speak, which, I'm really used to that by now. Little
But
did I
that's
know
okay. You
then.
make up for it here. So
Yeah,
you get your
I know. Yeah.
Oh,
No, that's not an insult. That's a compliment,
man, that's a
Tracy.
burn.
Tracy, that's a compliment.
I don't know.
plan to
it
take an hour
It kind of
off.
sounds like
Just-
an insult.
She
You
slapped you with a
captivate us.
tortilla, man.
If Mike said it, it'd be an insult. It's not an insult for me.
Nice.
Play some Godsmack. You
I
just
didn't,
got
and
bitch
I
slapped.
certainly didn't take it as such. And that little experience, the camera goes on, the little light goes on, and then they're reading the script, and I'm reacting to what they're saying. It was very funny, and that got
Did
me
you get
going.
to speak though?
No, they
Oh.
did like a narrator, and I was just like making facial expressions and kind of going along with it. It was really fun, and I hadn't done anything like that in so long, and having that experience really really sparked what is going on now.
Yeah, that was going to be my question, actually.
Yeah.
What
That's
kind of got you
great.
to get the little bug?
It was
know?
that, and then Dara and I went to see an episode of Judge Mathis, and we were just sitting, like in the courtroom thing, and that was sort of like, oh, okay, it was like it was all building, like one little piece.
Because then you start not even paying attention to what's going on there. You're like watching how it works, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that was more interesting to whatever they were talking about.
Right. Yeah. Just my head's, I'm just sort of like, oh, this would be really cool, and that it just kind of one thing led to another that way. And then by the end of the year, I was figuring out how to submit for roles. And then I was able to land that role with Chicago Med at the very start of 2018. But I actually booked that in mid-December. It was kind of cool going through the holiday season with, hey, I'm going to work as an actor after the holidays. That was really cool. It was like putting my own Christmas present under the tree and then opening it, like when the three wise men came on.
And still being just as happy as if you didn't know what it was.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I give you kudos, people, a lot of people don't go for things for fear of failing or just fear itself.
Yeah.
And, I think that's awesome that you put yourself out there. People, I'm not, I've had people say, oh, you should be a stand-up comedian. I love making people laugh. I do not
Yeah.
have the balls to stand up and do that. Well, I don't
Me
have
and
balls
you,
anyway.
Gina,
but-
me and you need to do an act and just sit on stage and insult each other for about an hour and a half.
Oh my gosh.
And then
Yeah.
let some of the audience get involved, and then we'll just tear them a new ass.
Hey, I went so like there's like I can call my sister a bitch, but you can't.
Yeah.
Dan, you'll have to do a remote for them.
I know. I'm seeing that.
Hey, Juice, you're looking good today. You look
Got a haircut.
very healthy and nice haircut. You look very fresh and spry.
Fresh.
Let her have it. Let her have it.
Shut up.
Poor Gina.
I was in the hospital twice today.
Oh my
What
God.
for?
Well, I guess I read that wrong, but you look good.
Oh. Oh man.
Well, are you okay?
Sorry for the
I'll
trouble.
be feeling good probably in about an hour after when I take that Norco.
How many did they give you?
12.
We'll take 6 and a 12-pack. You'll be all
Shut
right.
up, Rick.
Oh man. I take them when I go to bed.
Oh, fuck it. All right.
They don't call him Dr. Rick for nothing.
That's right.
Yeah, I thought it was more for his like exams that he gives.
Oh, I'll give.
Hello?
Yeah.
Hello, we don't see you.
I know because I'm driving.
The show's over.
Oh.
The show is over. Well, the show's, I'm done doing my job. So,
Well, you can
Hey.
so
you can just be the Laura on the screen for now.
I got the tour yesterday, guys, from Laura's shop.
Oh wow.
Yeah, she
Oh,
showed me.
really?
She showed me how she does her stuff.
Nice.
Yeah.
Like a little
Yeah.
tutorial.
Was there tall
Hopefully, when
grass
she gets
involved?
home, she can give us one. Right, Laura?
say what?
You'll give us a demo when you get home?
When I get home today? Probably not.
Fuck
so
no,
she's
I'm
gonna
having
be-
me
We
a
can do it on the
margarita and I'm
next
watching
one.
TV. Okay.
I'm tired and hot. I've been out in the sun for 4 hours,
Yeah.
but I had my misting fan, so that helps. And I can't remember the name of the band, but they were pretty good. They're a country band. So you'd have to look up theshed.com. Oh,
I like playing country records backwards.
yeah. So you get your wife back.
Pick up
Your car
truck back
back.
and your dog back.
Get your dog back.
Gosh.
Judy, we're just alike.
I know. Is it orange? I got orange on.
Well, it's like salmon. I don't know what it is.
Oh yeah, we're in the orange. So today, after work, I get off at 2:30. I was home by 3, and I started what do you call it? Cleaning the siding, power washing the house.
Nice.
So yeah, so I just threw on. I jumped in the shower and threw on a dress. That's all. So it's orange. I thought about you though. I thought, I wonder if Gina's gonna wear orange.
Yeah, I'm sure that was the first thing you're
Do
thinking.
you want to
about.
know what color I'm wearing that you can't see?
Yes.
Orange?
My bright orange staff shirt. Yes, orange.
Oh, you gotta hurry up. We gotta see it.
You guys were talking earlier, man. This is bullshit.
No, we
Oh,
weren't.
you know what? You're just mad
just a
because
hater.
you're not in the club.
I
And
was
I beat
debating
you.
whether or not to wear clothes. So there.
I'm number one. Remember that. Oh, I'm number one.
Yes, you are. I know.
Like, give her props. Like, recognize and respect.
She's been recognized. Now shut up.
You know what's really bad? When I look at this thing, when I'm looking down, because that's where you guys are on the screen, it's like kind of weird. It's like the Brady Bunch thing. Instead of me like, welcome. In today's episode, it's more like, right?
I guess.
Is this the episode where Greg does Marsha?
Yeah.
Oh,
Marsha.
No, Marcia, he does mom.
Oh,
Rumor has it Greg
Yeah,
was wanting to
didn't
do Carol.
They were doing it.
Well, was it?
Alice was pulling a train.
Yeah, but isn't Mike gay? Seriously, in real life?
he was.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
He died,
Yeah,
right?
Robert Reed.
Yeah. He was voted like one of the best television fathers ever.
I remember that. Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember hearing that.
And he was very very fatherly to those kids.
Yeah.
It was,
So the,
Like off the set you're talking about.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I mean, yeah, when they're not on camera. Yep, that's cool.
yeah, you know.
he was really gay in real,
Yeah.
Yes.
real life.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, just
don't
not
remember.
kind of, but really.
He had
oh, so he's full
AIDS-related
blown.
death.
Well, that's kind of like a probably
But
that's
poor
getting,
terminology.
that's getting personal when
Well-
you're talking about getting blown.
Mike Brady was fully blown gay.
You know, it doesn't
Remember-
make them,
Do you
Wasn't
remember?
it Sam the meat market guy?
yes.
Do you remember
He's
back
always
in the
giving
day?
Alice.
This from the guy that puts a cock to his mouth every morning.
Fucking Gina.
Just saying.
Just wait,
Hey,
Rick.
hey, wait till you see one of these shows. What I'm sporting. You're gonna love it.
Uh-oh.
No,
Yeah.
because then he's gonna have to find little
You're
black
gonna see.
bars.
You're gonna be staring at my cock the whole show.
Right, because
It'll
they're
be
short
like
this.
the hat. The hat.
No,
No.
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 Laura knows.
Oh, I'm sorry, Rick. I give you more props than probably you should out there. Sure.
What the fuck is that?
That's a black bar to hide your cock.
It is.
Gonna need a fucking banana leaf.
What are those little miniature ones that they get? Like those?
Is this to say one of our sponsors is a sex toy?
I got really, really high earlier, man. To the point where I was contemplating
Bananas?
why the water in Australia in the toilet goes the other way.
Today?
Yes, today. Fucking yesterday.
I guess
I
in the
didn't know
southern
what
hemisphere, it goes the
thing.
wrong way.
It goes the wrong way. You're right.
Yeah, just like
How do you know
English
it's the
drive
wrong
on the
way?
wrong side.
Why I saw it on The Simpsons.
Oh, okay.
Well, it must be
Well, there's
true.
your resources.
Why does it though?
Wait, are we talking about toilet flushing?
Yeah,
The water goes clockwise in America.
But
In
France
Australia,
and
it
stuff
goes
like that, it
counterclockwise.
Right. Oh, Australia.
I never paid attention. I don't think I paid attention.
Well, you will now.
we should all
Yeah.
fly
Well,
down
wait,
there.
let me go
double
look.
check.
We could do a remote, Dan, from the bush.
Hey, yeah, let me bring my laptop to the
Yeah,
toilet.
it's gonna be hard to find bush nowadays.
True.
Oh my
Studies have
gosh.
shown.
They have this thing in Michigan, and it's every year it's like they call it the sex show, and bunch of us
What's it
went
about?
one year. Well, it's about just sexuality. So they have like burlesque people, they have art, they have pole dancers, and then they have pictures. And there was like this picture of the history of the bush, and it had pictures from like every year of what women's look like from the like early 1900s to
Before
the
waxing.
2000s. Oh, it was
That's how. Hey, isn't that how they invented the jungle gym?
Shut the fuck up. It's so
What?
Well, it's a good thing you're not high right now. God knows
No.
what you would have said.
Yeah.
You've been like,
yeah, they had all kinds of things to do. Like women could take their shirts off and dip their upper body and
Oh my
paint
God.
and make paintings and
I
stuff.
saw that. I saw an artist that she made paintings with her boobs.
I would have paid top dollar for that.
This
You
lady
paid top
was-
dollar to have her slap you in the face with it.
Hell yes. Like a redheaded stepchild.
That's
beat
really
me.
why Rick tries to, go to the doctors every now and then.
Oh yeah.
How do you ladies feel about being topless?
Here we go.
Here we go.
There's
In my
legislation.
20s,
We're
a
gonna-
lot better than in my late 50s.
We're
That's
gonna
a-
do a
that's-
we're gonna do a
yeah.
topless show.
I
But I would probably
can
be
relate to
braver
that.
to do it in my 50s. Well, my 40s were my rock star years. But I would be more apt to do it now because I don't have anything to lose. But this would probably be the worst for looker honors, spectators, if you will.
Because they're
It probably
talking
wouldn't
about,
be a good time.
yeah, they're talking about somewhere. I
Because you know,
forget
you
where.
drag them through the sand when you walk, and it'd be bad.
Yeah, there's talk of legislation
nude
to make
beaches.
it legal to not, to make it legal that women would be topless.
Well, they say like a boob is not supposed to be sexual, like a penis is sexual.
A
We should
boob
have
is not
we should have a
sexual?
contest, and you guys
Yes.
could win a booby prize.
God.
Well, okay, so here then, so they want to pass this legislation, whatever, to go topless, but then when moms are breastfeeding their babies in public,
They
it's like
freak out.
taboo. Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
Oh, speaking of that, I saw on
Well, it's not
Instagram
polite to
today-
eat in public.
That's true.
Not unless you share.
Right.
Sure.
Rick's in line for the third time.
Can
He
I
keeps
have
pushing.
some more,
He keeps pushing
please?
the little kids out of the way. Get the fuck out of the way! It's my
What is
turn.
that, me, myself, and Irene?
Can I have some more, please?
Yeah, no.
You suckleuphagus.
No, there was an Instagram today, and there was a picture of a baby car seat, but you couldn't see the baby because you know how they put them backwards. And a mom was like on. They're laughing. The mom was on all fours, like laying on top of. She was like on her knees and then bent over the car seat, breastfeeding the baby while they were driving. Like, you know, she's in the back seat and laughing, like, "Oh my God, I can't believe I'm doing this." But that's how she was hunched over in the back seat.
She must have read the Kama Sutra.
It was today. I'm serious.
I think I seen that on PornTube.
Yeah.
I think I would just say, pull over, honey. I need to feed the baby.
That reminds me, Dan, do you have that password handy?
I do.
Yeah.
It's Rick's cock.
10 inches, I swear.
That might be too easy to forget.
Oh man, we were gonna start out with a great show tonight. We
And then
just
this shit happened.
descended into the gutter of smut.
That's all I got.
And then all of a sudden it's this.
Right.
Yeah,
Well, see,
And
because
you're offended, right?
fuck no. Hey Dan, was there any choice butt floss down there?
well, why? How would he know? He didn't
He
look
wouldn't
at that.
know
He
that.
was with his.
Did you
lovely
go to
wife.
St. Pete Beach or Clearwater?
Clearwater.
Okay, it's a nice beach, man.
Yeah, you
There's
know,
sand,
we were
there's
there
water.
during the week, so it wasn't like it was, a million people there.
We weren't
Yeah.
tripping over people. Well,
There's
I
a-
thought it was nice to be someplace different. You know.
So a
Even if
week
it's hot.
ago, I basically were in a topless bar.
See.
Yeah, and I was
Alright.
being paid to do it.
All right.
So
Wow.
I had a set call at a bar strip club, and they hired young ladies, and actually one that was, I would just describe as, more mature. And they were very
He was a
scantily clad.
MILF, huh?
They were very scantily clad, and when they said roll it, then they would disrobe.
Yes. Just roll.
And then when the scene was shot, okay, cut, cover up.
And all the guys are like, shit.
And nobody got out of line, and
That sounds like a job for a street creature, man.
men carrying on conversation with women topless. And it was
Very professional.
it was pretty interesting.
Kind of like a scene from Naked Gun, huh?
It had
You
a
guys
few
gotta watch
flashbacks.
this movie,
Are these impressive?
12 Strong.
Yeah, you were telling me about that.
It's good.
Is
What
it?
is that?
12 Strong. I saw it on Netflix. It's new. About
Guys over in
after
Afghanistan.
9/11, the guys that went out to go, I think I don't know. Anyway, there was 12 of them, and they went, but it was an undercover mission. So they like saved a shit ton of people and did all this stuff and killed bad people. I don't know. See, I'm not well read on any of that like war stuff, but What
So
is a
you're
true
basically
story?
gonna give us the whole movie here and ruin it for
No, I just said
everybody.
it's a true story. No, it's a true story. So you already know.
I know it is. I know it is. I saw it on one of these.
You only let
It's
it
on
ruin it.
Netflix, right?
Yeah.
Only if
So
you
I'm
let
gonna
it
watch
get ruined, Rick.
Huh?
I said only if you let it get ruined. I don't care if people tell me what happens because watching it all unfolds is good, you know?
Oh God.
Well, there's nothing to tell. I mean, it happened. So it's not like it's a surprise. Did they get the bad
Yeah.
guy? Yes, they did.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
You know what?
You're welcome.
You know, whenever you talk about your stupid movies, I don't insult you, make you feel stupid.
Wow. My balls
Ooh.
just got a kick. That hurt, Gina.
No, it didn't.
That hurt. That was mean.
Took my breath away.
Yeah, something. Yeah, well, anyway, it was good. It's worth the watch.
Juice, did you take that pill yet?
No, not
An
yet.
hour.
So what did you go in for? Why you need Norco?
I had pain in my left hip.
that ain't good.
No. Right hip.
That ain't good.
And it was okay if I'm laying like this, like now. But if I go to get up, it's gonna hurt.
Oh, boy.
Well, that sucks.
So
You got a
I
nurse?
went in this morning I called 911, I think about 6:30 this morning.
Oh, boy.
And I was in there for about 2 hours. They just told me that it's arthritis built up in my joint. And
And
it's
that
gonna take
sucks.
some time
Yeah.
to get rid of.
Can they scrape
Then I
it?
went
Like,
to dialysis, and I couldn't get off the chair. I had pain like by the groin muscle. I found out it ain't the groin muscle; it's just the arthritis all the way around the joint.
Yeah,
Wow.
it travels.
They took blood
Give you-
work.
They give you a cortisone shot? They're gonna give you one?
Huh?
They're gonna give you a cortisone shot?
Not yet,
Yeah, you'll feel a lot better with a cortisone shot, buddy.
but
It's gonna hurt like a mother, but
For a second. For
oh God damn.
And
But
sometimes the
now-
cortisone doesn't take
moment.
effect.
I'm gonna take it day by day. Now
Well, it takes effect if they hit the right spot.
Yeah, that's the key.
I walked out of the place with my shoulder
Yeah.
and I was in tears 3 days a week. It hurt that bad. And I said, fuck it. Finally went. And this clown before this other guy put it in the wrong spot.
Yeah.
Because I was telling him, I go, he put it right here. He says, well, no, you shouldn't have put it there. He had to go in from the back. I says, yeah. And I started going whack, whack, whack,
Hmm.
And he stuck that thing in and it was instant, man. It was like, boom. I got to the
that's
door
what
and I
she
said,
said.
Yeah,
instant.
yeah.
Boop.
Rick
I'm
stuck
a-
it in,
I'm a
and all of a
little-
sudden it was done.
I'm a
Yeah.
little early, ma'am. Right. Let's start again.
But it felt
Okay.
so good. I couldn't help it.
Yeah. Right into the headboard. That's number 2.
Don't get a headboard.
No, that's dangerous.
Well, no, put like wrestling mats on your wall. And then he laughs.
Hear that evil laugh.
Ah,
It just
That's not a
ducks it
bad
up
idea.
there.
that was the been there, done that laugh.
Yeah.
But I just think it's like a wrestling mat. You could just hose that shit off.
Try a slip and slide with some olive oil.
Do you need olive oil?
To get started, yeah.
Wow. What's wrong with her?
We'll talk about this on the next show.
I think we'll need several edits.
Duralube,
Are you like blushing?
huh?
Are you blushing?
No.
Hey, I
I'll
like
only
how your
allow
hat
every
matches
eighth
your
word.
shirt. That's impressive.
Ain't it?
Yeah. I'm
Is that
impressed.
camouflage?
Kinda.
No, it's bleach.
Shut up, it is not.
It is too. Here, get a little closer.
Is it bleachoflage?
I love that South
No,
of
I-
Miami fashion.
I forgot. Don't do laundry when you're drunk.
Ah!
What? You took her out, right?
What do you want?
Is that your dog?
I had to do.
Oh, yes. Sorry. What? Come here.
No, her husband's crawling on the floor. What do you want?
His tongue hanging out.
Right,
Oh.
Judy, this is a
And you're
family
asking
show.
him what he wants. Huh? Oh,
Your
boy.
brother's here, stop it. Wow.
I had a 2-day shoot Wednesday, Thursday, and the second day we had to wear the same, outfit. So I had a shirt that I had to wash quick, but man, I'll tell you, it looked worse the second day, just soaking wet. It was outside, we're in the sun, 90 degrees plus. And then we went inside a building, and then we eventually went to a dance floor. And by that time, it was just perspiration city,
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
just soaking wet.
Good thing it's not smell-o-vision.
Yeah, I don't think it was,
Where? All right. Here's a good question for you. Where's the hottest you guys have ever been outside? Who wants to start?
It's an interesting question because of how you look at like heat index. And I can
I'm
remember.
talking god awful hot, sweaty, messy.
I think Chicago actually.
Yeah.
No, but
I
what?
think she
And then I'm
What?
thinking like one event that you remember.
Oh, an event. Oh, wow.
Yeah, something
Huh.
you were doing.
That's
We were
interesting.
riding motorcycles, and we were riding, a bunch of us, and it was 104. We were on our way to Kentucky for the Kentucky Harley Rally, and it was so hot. And I read you might have heard it was so hot that when we got off the bike, we stopped at the Legion. I'm like, hey, can I have a pitcher of ice water?
No.
And where's the nearest cooler? And I literally sat in the cooler and drank the ice water and cooled off. I went back for another one, went back in the cooler. So the lady's like, yeah, you can. That was like the hottest I've ever been.
Yeah,
That's hot. That's hot in many ways.
she didn't say she dumped it on her t-shirt, asshole.
I didn't say she did.
Oh.
He's just picturing me sitting on all that kegs of beer with the sweat dripping and the t-shirt.
Oh, so it was
I know
more
what
about
he's
the
doing.
kegs of beer, not her keg.
La, la.
Maybe it was
Yeah.
So was it the white t-shirt, or it was that she was probably cold in the cooler with the wet t-shirt?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
The hottest event I was at,
Oh my
right,
God.
Crown Point, Indiana, a few years ago. 115 degrees for baseball.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
Fair
too
enough.
hot. I used to work outside. So
Marquette Flower Garden, my cousin's wedding
Weird
picture.
face, head.
Black tuxedo,
Oof.
12-pack of Miller in me.
Oof.
Miserable, just rain, muddy.
Ugh.
Girls were losing their heels. It was
Ugh.
just oh my God.
Wow.
And then we ran out of beer and I said, that's it, to the reception hall.
This wedding's over.
This wedding is done. That was hot, man, in a tuxedo. In July, it was July 6th.
Ugh.
well, my
Yeah.
kids,
There should be a law against that.
yeah,
Oh,
should be.
man.
With their dancing, their country ballroom, they'd have a competition every year at this time, the end of July,
Mm.
in New Orleans. Oh my gosh,
Oh.
that's hot.
Hey,
God.
It has humidity.
And then
Yeah.
then one of the ladies are like, "Hey, let's go for a walking tour." I'm like,
No.
okay,
Uh-uh.
but man, you don't
No, how
realize
about
how
no?
high you are, like when your face is like so.
Yeah, that's
So it's like
heat rash
99
300.
degrees there, and it's 110% humidity. It's so hot there.
And then yesterday and the day before, they kept giving us these cloths to sort of wipe our face, and it was like sandpaper. It was,
Oh my gosh.
It was ridiculous. I'm like, I think I'll just keep the sweat on my brow. The hell with
Yeah.
Maybe they were looking for a certain look.
Yeah, like
I mean,
raw red.
it was I thought I'd have more color than I do, but
Or maybe the rags weren't washed from the last time. Who knows?
yeah,
Well, maybe they're never mind.
it was
Yeah,
ridiculous.
you had some schmegma on them things, man.
That's what I'm thinking.
Oh,
Were
I mean,
they
it was a good
crusty?
crew and it was a great shoot, but man,
Yeah, and it probably was the towels left over from when they went to the strip bar.
Oh,
different production.
oh, it had some clam juice on it.
Scratch and sniff.
Ew!
My buddy Larry came up with that. Oh,
That's just
oh,
wrong.
So,
shit, that's
Tracy,
just
what were
wrong.
the shows?
So I worked just in the last week. I worked on a show called Power Book 4 Force.
Oh, I like Power Book.
Yeah,
What
and you
is
know, I
that
have never
about?
watched it. I've
Oh,
worked on it.
It's really, really good.
Yeah.
Is
Do you
it?
have access
Yeah.
to Stars?
The who?
Pardon?
The streaming service Stars?
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah, it's
watched
got all
on.
this stuff
Oh,
here.
is Stars
We'll
on
have to-
HBO Max?
No, this is on Stars. I don't have access to Stars, so I'd be interested to watch it. I've worked on it a few times, but I have no evidence of being on camera or anything.
It's a good series. It starts off as just like one, and 1, 2, 3, 4,
Right.
and I seen 3 if they're working on 4. I didn't.
Yeah, so
3.
4 I worked on last year, and that's out. And now there's a season 2. It's kind of confusing. So Power Book 4 Force season 2,
Right.
if that makes any sense.
Yeah,
So
you
I
know
worked-
what? That confuses me too.
It's really confusing.
All I know is the one that I seen. The character actually starts in New York.
Yes,
She's fine.
You talking about Tommy?
Yeah. But then he comes to Chicago, and that's a series. And I guess
Yeah.
it did really well. So
And they're
there's
doing it-
going to be another Chicago.
Yeah, so that's what's going on. So I worked on
Right.
that.
No.
It's really good.
And then I've worked on another program called Saturdays. This is a Disney production. And that was on Monday. And and then the last 2 days, in fact, I'm burying the lead here. I'm coming in tonight on 3 hours sleep. I worked back-to-back shoots that started in the early afternoon. And they basically ran 12 hours. So we were 12:30 p.m. to 12:30 a.m. on Wednesday. And then we were 1:30 p.m. to 1 a.m. yesterday. So
Wow.
got to bed at 2, up at 5 to take care of my first client today at 6:45.
Excuse me.
And so I've worked on this show called Saturdays. And then
Was it in the park? Never mind. Sorry.
yeah, and then I did a show called Somebody Somewhere. That's an HBO program that's been aired. It's had 1 season. It's in its 2nd season. So I've had like 4 assignments in the last 6 days, basically.
So are you
pretty much
getting these off from the same representative or whatever you call it?
Actually 2 different agents. So Somebody Somewhere is represented by an agent, and then the Power Book and the Saturdays, that's the same agent. So it's 2 different agents and 3 different shows. And then I basically have pretty big news to share, and I haven't posted it to Facebook. I've been kind of telling a few friends in the industry, but I recently submitted.
Wait.
Yeah.
Is this a Dan's Garage exclusive?
This would be a media exclusive, other than messenger messages. And so I submitted for a core role on NBC's Chicago PD, and I was selected as a core member of their police unit, and will be potentially working every episode this upcoming season.
nice.
Oh, that's awesome.
Exciting.
So
That
it's,
is
All
awesome.
right.
it's
We
a
can say we
background.
knew you win.
It's a background role.
You're a background regular.
Yeah, so it's like regular. It's a core role. Our first filming date's kind of weird because it's rare that we do this. We're actually filming on a Saturday, and that's unusual. But there's some unusual circumstances around the production of it, that they need to do this on a Saturday. And it's going to be interesting.
Where's most of your filming done?
What's that?
Where's most of the filming done? Downtown?
So Chicago PD does a lot of remote work. They rarely do scenes at CineSpace. There's a few things they do there, but not much. They usually secure businesses, establishments. They'll go into a district. They'll go into a neighborhood. They will.
So we might hear real gunfire.
Well, the irony of that is, quite honestly, and I heard about this last night. A friend of mine was on a production, and sure enough, there was a live shooting.
Really?
Right around where they were. Oh yeah.
Were you guys on the scene first or what?
I wasn't on this one. I was actually out. I had a really cool opportunity. One of the productions I worked on, we actually filmed out in Lockport, and they secured this really beautiful farm currently planted
What is she here?
soybeans, and we had access to the fields and this barn. They basically cleaned out this barn with a really high ceiling, these wooden floors that had like, nail spikes to hold them together. It was really really cool setting. So as we were doing that, another guy was telling us that there was some sort of a disturbance, going on where they were filming. And then at some point, is it the show or is it, the show outside of the show, if you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's some crazy shit. So, as a police officer, anytime you're dressed in the costume, they give you this blue jacket, and it's got these big, bright gold letters that says costume department, because you don't want to be mistaken.
Well, you don't think they'll shoot you then?
Yeah.
With everything going on, there's a protest going on downtown right now.
That's scary though,
And
Yeah.
so being dressed like this, I almost have to keep it on the QT. It's kind of a funny thing, because ultimately, unfortunately, in this day and age, it's a problem.
You got crackpots. That's what it is.
It's
no, it's really a problem because of the hatred for the police. Because I have
Right.
family
Well, I
that are
know.
Chicago police, and when there's big cases going on,
Yeah.
my cousin, she's like, hey, because her husband is a Chicago police officer, and she's
Yeah.
like, we have to close our blinds. We have to try to keep low profiles, because if they find out where they live, sometimes
Yeah.
they'll come and harass the officer's family at home, and
Yeah.
you worry every time you go out. It's just, it's nuts.
Yeah.
For instance, my brother-in-law, they named his street after him.
Yeah.
But my sister-in-law wrote up something on Facebook asking the commissioner to step down. And then she was on WGN News. So, I don't have to say any names, but you guys check it out. She was interviewed on WGN by, what's his name? Ben Bradley.
And that was today.
No, it was 2 or 3 days ago.
Okay. Yeah.
So, my last name.
And okay.
But yeah, you should. Yeah, she's like, sometimes you need to know when to step down,
Oh boy.
So yeah, it's kind of scary out there.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, it's not easy. You try to do the right thing, and the situation is so intense.
Yep.
And it's a split-second call. And many lose their life. They don't make the right call. It's just
It's true.
it's a rough thing. I
Yep.
just hopefully I can do it in a positive light and give it respect, and just be very respectful of the role and what it.
Oh, you'll be fine. You'll do a great job.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
Yeah, I don't take that lightly. It's a thing,
Well, and neither do they. So if they
yeah.
selected you, it's for a reason. They don't just be like, oh, here, put it in a hat. Let's just pick out one. I mean, you've proved yourself.
I almost didn't apply because the challenge that I have is trying to balance the work as an actor with what I do as a personal trainer. And the irony was I went to one of my gyms, and the one girl that works there, she's there a lot at the front desk. And then one of my clients got wind of what I was talking about with the girl at the front desk. And even my client's like, you have to apply for this. If you do not apply for this job, you are going to be miserable because you didn't
Right.
try to do it. And they were right, you know.
Well,
And then sure
nothing
enough, I
ventured,
was able to
nothing
get it.
gained.
What's that?
Nothing ventured, nothing gained. I'm
Oh,
excited for
yeah.
you.
You know, and
Yeah,
it's,
I'm really happy for you.
thank you. Thank you so
You
much.
better save us a table at the awards show.
Oh, man.
I'm coming up for it.
My hope is that if things go well, and if I have a good relationship on the production, maybe, just maybe, they'll give me a shot to say one word or two words or something. And that might be the breakthrough, you know, to get a spoken.
Yeah, well, you're
line.
in the right place, and then after
You
they
know?
trip over you a couple times, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'm dangerously close.
And you know what's good about it too? You're not just in the background, you're in the foreground background, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And so it's
That could
not
happen.
as intimidating because now you're shoulder to shoulder with these people that may have been maybe, you know, a half a yard away, or they just walked past you, you know what I mean? You'll be more shoulder to shoulder and elbow to elbow, where that becomes more normal, you know, and there's not the disconnect of like, wow, you're
Right.
still wowing, but you're wowing for a different reason, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and being able to work every episode, it's kind of like a batter going to bat, you know? There's
Right.
more opportunity
Right.
to get a hit, the more
Yeah.
bats you have.
That's just like that lady that stands at the front desk, you know? So she's a regular. Well, obviously she's a regular.
Yeah.
Trudy.
Trudy.
Trudy, yeah.
Love Trudy.
So
Love
you know
her.
what? I follow this family on YouTube, and it's this autism family, and they're like on a 2 month. They're traveling all over the Midwest is their travel this time, to all different places. Well, they were stopping in Chicago, so they went to Chicago to see the Bean and all that. Well, Mooch's wife in real life is a fan of this YouTube family, and
Oh, wow. Okay.
she messaged them and said, "Hey, come to our house." So they went, you know, and I feel like because I follow them so much, it's like your friends are getting to go over there. So yeah, they had them over and had them on their deck, and for, you know, some wine, and the father and autism daughter was inside their house, and they spent the evening with them. That's how cool of a guy he is, you know, like down to earth. Like
Yeah.
my wife woke me up at midnight and said, "They're in town." And he's like, "Who?" And she's like, "Can they come over? Can they come over?" And he's like, "Yeah, but it's midnight. Maybe we can do this in the morning, you know." Can they? So, you know,
Cool.
it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But it just goes to show you how down to earth, like, they are. I know
Yeah.
that's the fire one, but I'm just saying.
Yeah.
My cousin's gonna be jealous because he was in his uniform because he's a real Chicago cop, and he only had like one little like 5-second scene. He's gonna be jealous when I tell him about you.
Oh, gosh. Yeah. You know,
After it's public knowledge.
yeah. Sometimes
Tracy was arrested today.
sometimes they'll actually hire real police if there's a certain, you know, tact, if there's some sort of a specific task at hand that they're going to do.
Weren't they like the fugitive? Weren't they real cops? Those guys that
They may have been. I don't know the details on that, but that's possible.
Yeah.
You know.
No, a lot of those were Chicago actors,
Okay.
like the higher up ones. You know, I'm not
Yeah.
sure
Right.
about the street cops, but most of the ones that were in plain clothes, those were all like big time Chicago actors in it.
I actually have a plainclothes officer role coming up on Tuesday that I just booked this afternoon. Once I found out that, you know, PD wasn't going to shoot until Saturday, it opened up the door for other opportunities. And sure enough, I got booked in as a plainclothes police, which that's a cool role. I always like it.
You going bow tie or regular tie?
Yeah, so I usually just have wardrobe from home that I'll wear. And I usually score that look. It's a good look, and I enjoy playing it.
That's cool.
So getting back to the autism thing, a guy I work with, his son has autism, and they wrote this book, and it's a book for little kids. And
Wow.
it kind of goes through, if you have an autistic kid, it kind of helps them, go through deal with it. It's really interesting, though.
Is he highly functioning?
You know what? I didn't really, I'm kind of uncomfortable about it. So he just had these books, and
Yeah, right.
they were selling them. He was selling them to raise money. So
Mhm.
I just picked one up. But it's pretty cool.
It's amazing how prevalent autism is. It's
I'm really.
My cousin's got 2 kids with it.
yeah, we have it in our
With
family.
it, and it's tough. You know,
Yeah, it's really hard.
I've been in the house. They can't have anything on their walls. They can't have. Everything's got to be up high.
Hmm.
You got your eyes on them like 24/7.
Hmm.
Yeah, I worked with autistic kids when I lived in Toledo for 1 semester, helping teaching, assistant teaching. And it's very challenging because of all the different levels and functioning
Yep.
levels of the kids. And you just never know when you're going to get kicked or bit or, punched or
Yeah.
when other kids will fight. But I really enjoyed it. But my late husband didn't want me to stay doing it because I enjoyed it because those kids need love too. And some of them were just so sweet.
Yeah.
And even the ones that do that, it's not even, they're not trying to be mean. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, it still has
Yeah.
to be addressed, but
Isn't it involuntary, that sort of behavior where it just
Yeah.
happens?
I want to say at some level, I mean, they might be trying to get your attention, and that's the only way that they
And
know
then,
how.
yeah, so the
know,
social
And sometimes-
not there.
Yeah. Everything just gets like so many sensory inputs. It's like their sensory input
Overloaded.
and they don't know what to do. So they go on overload and they lash and it's a tough job, but my hats go off to all the men and women who deal with that on a day-to-day
Mhm.
basis.
Oh, yeah, I see a lot of that at the school that I work at. And you see a lot of that. We have a co-op that comes in and they have 2 classrooms and those kids, it's actually, I tear up because it's so sad. They don't know, they're kicking, they're swearing, they're calling names. They've hit the fire alarm many times. Their anger, whatever's going on, they just pull that alarm.
Think about how frustrating it has to be to not be able to communicate with people and you trying
Yeah.
to, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, so the family that I follow, the daughter is probably like almost 17 and she's nonverbal. And they're like, we don't show you everything. Of course, we're not going to show you her pinching her mother or, she goes,
Right.
and of course we show you the good stuff, but make no mistake, there's other stuff that happens too,
right.
but you don't want to, that's not fair to, her name is Abby. That's not fair to Abby to, put her in that light because not everybody understands it, but they do share it, like they'll say, today was a rough day. She's pinching her mom and, whatever.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
it's interesting. I love following them.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
I like social media. It's interesting. So I just called my dad because I need a code to do something on the phone.
You need a code.
A code, and it's through his phone. So the text message code will go on his phone. And I don't even know if he knows how to check a text message. But anyway, he's like, he goes, I'm not home. I said, oh, okay. He goes, well, I'm driving. I said, okay, well, I'll just wait until later on. And he's like, yeah, I'm driving down I-80. I'm like, oh, okay. I said, well, then definitely I'll wait. And he goes, yeah, and I had some beers. I'm like, okay, call me when you get home.
Let the record
He's not
show.
drunk, is he?
No, but he knows that he's been drinking. Who
Yeah.
knows? The
Yeah.
man's going to be 80 friggin' years old.
Yeah.
I had to play drunk last night.
But they don't even act. You had to play drunk yesterday?
Yeah. At one point,
that
they
hard?
said- yeah, at one point they said, okay, the bar's been open and you're on your third round. I was like, oh,
Right.
on the dance floor.
Usually takes me 10.
Yeah, right.
Right. You're like, not feeling it. Bring me another round.
Well, hey, Tracy,
The
I
first
think
9
that's
are a
your cue
warm-up.
to,
Yeah.
that's your cue to start carrying a half pint in your pocket.
Hit the flask.
You know, you're
I'm
not
one step
very
ahead of
helpful.
you, my good man.
You're not very helpful.
What?
You're gonna get him to have a bad habit.
You got to get in character.
I have a flask in storage.
He's an
There you
actor.
go.
He doesn't need to partake in it.
90% of your actors are alcoholics.
Are you sure?
No. Got you all thinking, though.
What you
Like, we're-
talking about?
Did you just
Rick's a
pull that
fucking
out of your
genius.
What
ass?
you talking about, Rock?
No, he pulled that statistic right out of his butt.
Right out of it.
Yeah, it's a good thing you had. all
Hey,
that-
I watched, speaking of movies, I watched the movie last night, King of New York. Anybody remember that one? Christopher
King of New
Walken,
York?
King of New York.
Oh, King of
Christopher
King of New
Walken.
York.
I seen that a long
And
time ago.
I think it was
Christopher
one
Walken
of
awesome.
Lawrence Fishburne's first movies because in the cast they called him Larry Fishburne.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
and all his early stuff, he was Larry.
yeah, was he?
Yep.
Okay. It was a good movie though. I forgot how good it was.
He's been around a long time, actually.
97 it came out, I think.
I think he was in stuff before that, even.
Well, I meant the movie, yeah.
No, I'm just saying he's been around a while.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
all the original stuff was always Larry.
Who's the director on that one?
I do not know.
That movie did pretty well, so it's probably a good director.
Yeah, it'd be a good one to watch. And there's
So
like,
Tracy-
I want to say I saw the name Winkler, but it wasn't Henry. Does Henry have a brother that does directing and producing?
Oh, well, maybe he has a son.
But I don't have room for it.
Hey,
Well,
Tracy, were you in theater in high school? Or
I
did you,
wasn't.
like,
yeah,
So
I
doesn't
wasn't. I
like
was
it.
so involved in the journalism, and then it went to broadcast, and the theater always was like.
I was
don't
a
know how.
thespian and I never saw him.
So I couldn't handle the hours, which is ironic because that's what I do now. You know?
Or are you a thespian?
You know, I wound up having to, Mr. B didn't make me a thespian. He made Rocky a thespian. And he said, well, tell your sister this is for her. I'm like, a lot of good that does me, you know?
Yeah.
So
That's goofy.
I'm an honorary thespian because I did enough, but I came in, you know, I wasn't there for freshman year. So
Yeah, they like want you to have like 1,000 hours or,
I think I was like a couple hours short. So,
and
it
then a
wasn't-
couple like, be in different spots. You couldn't just be tech or you couldn't just be.
Oh yeah, I did makeup. I had
Yeah.
a speaking role with Tom McGowan, you know, where did it in a negligee. If you guys remember that one, that was like lovers and other strangers. And my first line was, "Are you gonna sleep
There's
with me
gotta be
tonight?"
photos of it. Don't worry.
What was that? Was that Hello Dolly?
No, that was lovers and other strangers, I think.
Oh wow!
And I was doing a scene with him in bed, and I was the wife saying, I remember my first line, "Are you gonna sleep with me tonight or what?"
Wow,
Nuts.
it's amazing that was in a high school production.
Yeah, it was kind of weird because I think it was it was a bunch of little vignette, like little small.
Was it summer theater at Argo?
Did we have summer theater?
Uh-huh.
But no, I think it was regular school year.
Was it hot in the auditorium?
I don't know, but I remember wearing my grandma's negligee. And I was doing this in bed, and at the end we had to kiss, and I'm like, oh, I got to kiss him. Ugh. It was a
It's
quick
an
one, though.
interesting. It's interesting because that was a late '60s Broadway production that became a film. And I don't know if you remember the Carpenter song for All That We Know.
Yeah.
And that song was in that movie. And my wife and I, we actually picked that song for the group to come out onto the dance floor, you know, for the dance with everybody
Yeah.
else. floor.
bridal
And then
party.
everybody did the wah, wah, wah.
Yeah. I loved the Carpenters.
Yeah.
So did I. I still
And it
do.
was very uncool. It was the ultimate uncool thing. You know, to like the Carpenters was like the most uncool thing.
Oh, well, I liked
Oh,
Barry
yeah.
Manilow, too.
You know.
I like them, but I also liked disco. So, you know,
Oh, God.
dance music. I remember I was in West Virginia at my uncle's when they did when Steve Dahl did the blow up the disco.
Yeah, the
record.
anniversary.
1979.
Yep,
Uh-huh. And it was on the news all the way in Charleston, West
I
Virginia.
believe it. Yeah.
They
I
got
believe it.
disco in West Virginia?
No, it made
It made
didn't think
national news.
Get that shit out of here.
Whenever they blew up the
Yeah, why did they do that?
why you like
Yeah,
this though?
Well,
You
Rick,
see
well,
Instinct?
you guys, I love to dance. You guys remember that, or at least people who knew me well at school knew. But they
You
write
can
these
dance
at
to
the,
Zeppelin.
well, yeah, I can dance to that, but they put, you know, the year wouldn't be the same if Laura Costello stopped dancing, you know.
That's true.
Cool.
That was
Yeah, my parents loved, and my dad in particular loved dancing. And it was one of those things where he'd be with all his guy friends and they wouldn't be into dancing or interested. And he would have to like wait them out, they would leave and then he would go do his thing.
Yeah, no, my mom and dad are like excellent, unbelievable dancers.
Yeah.
So
it's-
I wouldn't want them to dance by me because they would.
What do they do? Ballroom or
No, just like, you know, a little bit of everything, you know, like
the boogie woogie and all that? Huh?
their jitterbug and all that
Yeah.
stuff. And my
Yeah,
mom
I
can
used-
do the hula.
It's such a lost art.
I used to love to watch my mom and dad dance. They could
Yeah, I mean,
dance
same
so
here.
good.
Yeah.
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 I'm a real good slow dancer.
That's because you put your hands on somebody's ass and you just rock back
He's
and
a
forth.
butt
Damn
clutcher.
straight. You got
My
lead.
mom was a good dancer. She loved to dance. We used to
Yeah.
play music in the house, records and
Yeah.
dance.
Oh,
Oh,
Dance
yeah.
in the house.
I remember
A
those
lot.
days really well. What
Yeah.
would go on?
Yeah.
They'd break
That was
out on the
fun.
living room floor and have a dance.
Oh my God.
What is
What is
Marty?
he doing?
He said everybody's got a good dancer when Bob Seger starts playing. Everybody thinks they're a good dancer when Bob Seger starts, a Bob Seger song starts.
Ramblin' Gamblin' Man. That was my first boogie tune.
No,
Gotta cue it up, Dan.
The chairs at the wedding party, they all start going, you know, skating.
yeah, that's weddings when we used to be younger. Weddings aren't
Hey,
like
Guy
that.
on
guys.
mic.
Yes.
Hey guys, I'm home, so I'm gonna turn this off. I have to go to the girls' room and stuff,
The
and I'll try
loo?
to get back on. I gotta pee.
I,
I'll talk to you guys in a bit. Bye.
All right,
In a
Laura.
bit.
So going back a little bit on the conversation,
Way back.
the director of that movie is Adele Ferrara.
Okay.
I heard of him.
Okay.
No. Truthfully,
No.
no.
So, anyways,
Yeah.
you guys asked, so I found it.
Yeah, cool.
Thank you, Dan.
Very cool.
Yeah, I almost thought it would be like Scorsese or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
David Caruso was in that too. Wesley Snipes.
Yeah,
Really?
David Caruso is interesting because he basically sabotaged his television career to try to do film, and it did not work out.
No.
It was a bomb.
You know, it's funny because the guy has the look and he's a good actor, but some people just can't transition.
It's weird. It's very weird how there's those differences.
they're so stereotyped though. It's like they did what they did so well that you can't remove them from it.
I
You
think
know-
his best. Go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say an example of somebody who's a really good actor, but he didn't want to get stereotyped. So the first role he got, not first role, one of the first big roles he got, he went completely different, and that's Johnny Depp, because he went
Right.
from 21 Jump Street, and then he did the Edward Scissorhands.
Yeah, the Tim Burton film.
So he was so afraid of becoming just a TV star that he just went like completely any tiny
360, yeah.
yeah, any well 180 would be.
180, 360. Okay, yeah.
But
Yeah,
anyways,
yeah.
he's got I really like Johnny Depp, and he gives he has a lot of stuff out there that I watch, but
You know, he won't watch any of his movies.
I've heard that.
Johnny
A lot of
Depp?
actors
Yeah, I
are
heard
like
that.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting. How that, it's, I don't know. It's an interesting thing.
It's got to be pretty cool. You don't watch your own stuff. You don't care, and you still
But it
get
makes
the 20 million.
It makes you wonder, like how, like Dan and I, we did that self-tape, and right away we're looking at the playback to see, okay, is it any good? It's like, is it, going to be something that's worth putting out there?
I
So
guess
I don't know how they function.
I
if they
guess
don't-
if he gets a big check at the end, he did good.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess. I know too from working on television productions, it's ironic how on a Wednesday night, those shows are like filming, like they're working on, a fresh episode as a new episode is being aired that night. And I've even been on set on a Wednesday night while the show that they've all worked on and did is airing, and they're just busy doing another one. So it's kind of weird. Like, there's no, oh, Wednesday night, we must shut everything down so we can watch the latest episode. It doesn't work that way.
I actually enjoy watching the crap I do because that makes me laugh.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It really bothered me to watch it, and I would try doing it 15 times to get it perfect. And then I finally just gave up and said, I'm just going to do one and be done. And I enjoy that because some of it's so stupid, it just makes me laugh.
Oh, man.
Yep.
Hey, you see that tractor auction they got coming up?
No, what's
I
that?
posted it to the page.
When'd you
Somewhere
post it?
today.
Oh, I missed it. I haven't
Somewhere
been
in
on a lot
Stipton.
because I've been
They got a
busy.
bunch of riding lawnmowers.
No, I haven't seen it. I'll have to look for it. Is it on the Dan's Garage page?
Yeah, I posted it. Too.
There's so many pages.
I know. We're rocking. Oh,
You are
speaking of that, Rick, what
prolific.
what do you want to do now?
Oh, album sides.
Album
Do
sides?
album sides and post them, and
Like, you
like
pick
good
an
dinner
album,
music, metal
like-
dinner music, and take a different song, limit it to like 5 songs, and you got to put your 5 top. What would be your album?
Oh, okay.
Side,
All right. Well, I'll put something together. I didn't
Yeah,
get
I
what
thought
you were
that'd be
talking
pretty
about,
cool.
but now I get it.
Hey, Dan, check your messages.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. I'm on the wrong. I'm on the wrong mouse.
Fucking mice.
I knew he was going to say that.
Oh, okay.
He knew it.
Thank you.
It's time to put on my glasses.
Oh, are we doing that?
So Judy, what time were you actually on waiting? I gotta know.
Oh,
No, I'm not telling you.
Did
She
you
was on
did you start at like
5:30.
yeah, I knew it. She had half a bottle of wine gone, and she's like, I'm gonna show this bastard.
Yeah.
You
Oh
should-
yeah, I'm getting this
I'll
mother
show this
offer.
brown nose.
You should have heard all the stuff that we were talking about from 5:30 to 8.
Yeah.
I'll bet.
You start this shit at 5:30?
Yeah.
Really?
It's like
Yes.
camping out for a
Yeah,
concert
not
the
everybody
week
wants to
before.
like make their own appearance. Like I go a half an hour in, and then you like come like 45 minutes.
It takes you
Yeah.
40 minutes to get the double screen off the fucking
Some
air.
of us, it takes forever to come.
That's right. Thank you, Tracy.
Actually, I think I was. I
Stop
was in the
edging
shower.
yourself. That's why. Sorry, never mind. I don't even know what that means.
I was in the shower at
I
5:30.
think I missed the memo on that one.
Yeah.
Where'd your brother go?
He was sleeping.
Oh, he bailed?
So Judy was sending me a text saying my brother's sleeping, so I'm sending Dan messages. Please release. So I texted Judy. I sent Dan a message. She's like, "Thank
So
you."
the Norco kicked in. That's good. All right.
Yeah, probably.
There's nothing worse than joint pain, you know, and I'm not talking this
No,
kind
yeah.
of joint. When you run out, you know, that sucks
Well,
too.
I'm glad that he relaxes enough and enjoys himself enough with us that he just chills and then,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, he's always in there like a
Well, this,
trooper, you know.
guys, think about it. This is going to be us in 20 years only at the nursing home. So, are you going to take that blue one? No.
Yeah, but we're gonna have to start at 5 because 8 will be bedtime.
Oh my
Yeah, I
God.
know.
Well, you know what it's going to be? It's going to be Dan's Garage, the horizontal hour.
Yeah.
Here comes
And
there's
no
Reggie.
mambo.
Oh my gosh.
Is that a thing, horizontal mambo?
Horizontal Bob. Bob Seger.
Yeah, I remember that.
Oh, cue it up, baby. Cue it up.
I can't do that because anytime I put music on now,
Can't you play like 3.8 seconds?
no, you can't.
Man.
It catches that fast. It's unbelievable.
You know, you could learn it on your guitar and we could have like a sing along.
yeah,
Do we have to write to Seeger and say, hey, you want to come on and be on the garage?
Yeah,
Have you
really.
been practiced? Dan, have you done anything with them?
Right.
with the
Like a
what?
rock?
Guitars, if you
I have actually.
Pardon me.
have you?
Yeah, I mean, I've not learned any songs. I was just goofing around.
Come on, Dan.
You know any chords? No chords or anything yet?
I got a 220 chord, but 25 foot. Are you impressed?
So Dan could play the guitar and Mike could sing.
Yeah, right.
There you go.
Except I could actually sing, and I can't really play.
You got to practice.
But I can. I'm a bitch at looking like I can though.
What you got to do is learn Cowboys from Hell from Pantera, and we'll throw down for the group.
Oh man,
Yeah,
I'm
give
still
me a bottle of Jim Beam to get in character.
I'm still working on Happy Birthday.
That's harder than you think.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Tell me about it. Oh, I disappeared.
I want to, you know, I gotta do some research. That one I posted with Jimi Hendrix, his first guitar.
Yeah.
I gotta research that, see if that's still around and who owns it and what it's worth.
Hmm.
That's got to be $1 million guitar.
I was listening to a podcast. Peter Frampton had lost a guitar, I don't know, in the early 1970s. And then I think it was 30 years later or something, he got it back. But they didn't, I haven't listened to the entire podcast, so I don't know if they're going to tell the story. He's got a book out. So chances are you got to read the book to find out.
Well, that happened with Joe Perry and Slash too.
Really?
One of Joe Perry's original guitars, I think it was a Fender,
Yeah.
and he had to get rid of it because of financial problems and stuff back in the day.
Okay.
And Slash ended up buying it, and then Joe Perry found out he was bothering him like once a week, twice a week, twice a month. Where finally Slash got sick of it and sent it to through a courier. Happy birthday, Joe.
Really?
Gave him back the guitar for a birthday present.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Wow. That's quite a story. Yeah.
Hey, you guys want to see what a great wife Mary is?
We already know.
Oh! Hey, Dan,
Wow.
Tell her thank you.
I'll be over in 15 minutes.
All right, everybody reach in and get some.
Extra butter.
Come on, Mayor.
You
Where
gotta
were
have
you the night I was over?
You gotta have extra butter.
Gotta. You gotta. It's gotta be
She
oozing,
made
dripping.
like, that's real popcorn. That's not even,
No,
I could smell
Gina,
it. I could smell it.
No, this
I'm not
came out
gonna
of our
say that.
popcorn machine.
You had to walk
I'm
down the
saying.
aisle for that popcorn, man. You had to do it.
we got
Yeah.
a place here called Cranky Mike's. It's pretty.
Really?
Yeah, it's 3 doors down. He's got a webpage.
Wow.
He bought the old church and he turned it into a popcorn factory.
Oh, how cool.
Wow.
Yeah, it is.
That's
It's
cool.
very cool. The only one I haven't tried and I will not try, and I don't care. You can give me $1 million. It's the dill pickle popcorn.
That doesn't sound kosher.
No,
Oh.
no. That's like pineapple on a pizza.
Oh, I love
That's
pineapple
like
What's
on
wrong with
pizza.
that?
Oh my God.
Um,
That's like ketchup on a hot dog.
It's Canadian bacon and pineapple.
You got
I've
it.
never had it.
Oh, it's
oh, that
great.
sounds good.
Tracy,
In fact,
don't
I had some
do
last
it.
night from Pizza Hut.
Don't do it, Trace. Stay strong,
Was it
brother.
good? Was it actually
Oh,
good?
It's
no.
actually really good.
And
I
bet it
do you do
is.
like the stuffed crust or the regular crust, or what do you have?
It's
How
the
you do it?
thicker crust, but not the stuffed.
Okay.
But what's the, you
It's-
don't have marinara sauce, do you? Or red sauce on the pizza?
Yeah, it's regular. It's the same
Oh,
sauce
really?
they use. Yeah, they call
Oh,
it.
wow.
It's considered a Hawaiian pizza. If you order
Yeah.
a Hawaiian pizza, that's what it is.
You start, so usually, I'm sorry.
I've
I
never
just have
had
a
it.
hard time.
Yeah, I just have never had it.
I'm sure it's good. I'm sure it's delicious. But I just can't do it.
I might do that in a like out of town where
Where nobody
they're
knows.
they're gonna mess up sausage. They're not gonna know how to do it.
Don't ever buy pizza in Minnesota.
Yeah, right.
No, they put hot dogs on there and they say it's sausage.
There's a lot of that,
Oh God.
you know.
It was
Gross.
five. We were going fishing somewhere. And we stopped at a bar. It was like $5.95 for the pizza. I'm like, that's pretty good.
Yeah, right.
Oh God.
It's, it's pretty good for pretty bad.
2 beers per slice.
Yeah, yeah.
That's one thing I got to do, man. I got to get back up to Minnesota for a week or two.
Stop.
I was reading the little description about Lovers and Other Strangers, and it's always interesting how a film will have actors in it where you're like, really? They were in that? And this is kind of one of those.
Is it a porn?
No, so Lovers and Other Strangers, and I'm just reading, this is a total Wikipedia read. It's a 1970 American romantic comedy film directed by Cy Howard, adapted from the 1968 Broadway play of the same name by Renee Taylor and Joseph Bologna. The cast includes Richard S. Castellano, Gig Young, Cloris Leachman, Ann Jackson, B. Arthur, Bonnie Bedelia, Michael Brandon, Harry Gardino, Ann Mira, Bob Dishy, Marion Haley, Joseph Hindy, and in her film debut, Diane Keaton.
Wow.
Oh my
So-
gosh.
And guess who was an extra? Rocky. Sylvester Stallone was an extra in the film.
Huh.
Oh,
That,
wow.
that actually had a really good cast.
Yeah, it's interesting.
I never heard
how that is, And it's just like one thing leads to another.
Gina,
Released
who
in the
you
summer of
texting?
70. Right before kindergarten for us 83 types. And it was
Nobody, I'm trying
nominated-
to fix something.
It was nominated for 3 Academy Awards, and it won the Academy Award for Best Original Song.
Never heard of it.
And the song was For All We Know.
Wow.
And that song was actually covered by the Carpenters. They
So
covered
this could be considered an educational show.
yeah, it's just a Wikipedia read,
Yeah.
Just throwing it out there.
So I don't know if you guys knew the band, but the lead singer of Off Broadway died a couple days ago.
Yeah, I saw that. That's terrible.
Yeah.
Hey, did they ever play the Rusty Nail?
They played a lot of Chicago clubs.
I thought they did.
Yeah, I was on Facebook and I read Jim Peterick's post, and and Dan, obviously, you definitely had a really, really cool opportunity, not only to meet him, but to actually record a performance.
Yeah, in fact, I'm gonna play a little bit of it. I could play the whole thing because it's my copy. I just can't play other people's stuff. Can you guys hear this or not?
Not yet.
No.
It's going to be like a scene from Back to the Future. It's going to blow him off the chair.
Yeah, right.
That's still one of the greatest guitar scenes. In
How about the headset Van Halen?
Huh. Go ahead and talk. I'll try to figure this out.
Yes, years ago, Bob Stroud would release a rock and roll roots CD. He would pick out like 12 songs and package it as a CD, and then they would have a release party at Borders Books and Music. And
I
one year,
remember those.
and one year, Cliff Johnson came out, and he actually had a couple of his bandmates from like the Pez Band era, which was a band that he had prior to the Off Broadway, and that was really cool because he was a showman. He was very like theatrical in his presentation. There it is. And the song Stay in Time by Off Broadway.
So,
Were they considered punk, or
They were really power pop.
is that what it was? Okay.
So yeah, by the late 70s, there were a lot of Beatlesque sort of bands. And Cheap Trick was a real strong practitioner of that power pop sound. And Off Broadway was definitely in that wheelhouse.
Robin Zander lives right down in Palm Harbor. I was like a mile away from where he lived.
Oh, no kidding.
We see him at Chichi Rodriguez's golf course all the time.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah. He donated a bunch of Walkmans, you know, those little CD player, MP3 players, whatever they are,
Yeah.
Yeah.
to the graduating class at Chi-Chi's there. Because that's a school too. Did you know that?
Oh, no kidding.
No.
Yeah, it's a school for I don't know, what do you call it? Unfortunate kids, you know, bad backgrounds, you know, they get the free education, and it's really a pretty cool school, because all the money from the golf course goes to the school.
Oh, wow, that's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is everybody texting except me?
No, I'm not. Sorry.
This is like dinner at you know.
I'm depositing a check.
Oh, okay. Well, that's important.
I got to do the banking.
I'm trying to
somehow.
upgrade my phone.
I'm charging mine. Once
All
it
right,
gets to
wait.
100%, I'm
Hey,
turning
Rick.
it off.
Isn't anybody sexting?
Can I show those pictures here?
Woohoo!
Sure.
All right,
Are they topless?
kind of.
Oh,
So show us some flappers. Yes.
la 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 la.
I have to do jumping jacks for that.
Oh, wow.
I love fitness.
My jacks will jump. Never mind.
What was that? Remember that show on HBO, that exercise show? When HBO first came out, and they were the girls
yeah.
in the one.
Was that HBO?
Remember that, Trace?
Was that
Yeah, buddy.
HBO?
I'd get up at 5:30 in the morning for school and put that bad boy on. Oh yeah, that made my whole day, man.
You know, for the time, I mean, it was amazing. Like the camera angles, and
Oh my God,
it was very
you know,
provocative,
damn straight for a 15-year-old
evocative.
getting ready to get on the bus. Holy shit!
that's the only time you brought your books.
You went from
That's right.
hungover to
I
bent
never-
over. Rick went
I
from
don't remember
hungover to
ever
bent
carrying-
over.
Well, it was just, you know, and then she's got and then she keeps yelling lunge, 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 and you're like, shit, shit, shit.
And,
You
and
know?
she was rather, you know, what's
Oh,
the
she
word?
was hot, man. Say it.
Well,
she was
like
freaking hot.
voluptuous. I was gonna.
There's Laura.
I said voluptuous, and oh my, oh my,
See my orange shirt?
timing's everything.
Hey. Shut up,
Fred.
Tracy.
Oh
What's
man,
that say?
we're gonna have to edit that.
What's it say? She should.
The shed,
The shed.
smokehouse, and juke joint,
Nice.
Nice.
and then staff
shirt?
on the
If that was printed in Chicago, it would have said "duh shed."
back. Not kid.
Duck Kid.
Yeah, I'm in
I got that song in my head, Dan.
What's that?
Stay in time.
Oh yeah,
It's a
that's
good
a
song.
good song, isn't it?
I was listening to like I never really listened to Pez Band, and that's actually very cool too. Very niche. It's the band that he had like in the mid to late 70s called Pez Band, like you know Pez, the little Pez dispenser.
Yeah, the dispenser.
And he's a I mean real devotee of both Lennon and McCartney, so it really comes through. Like some of the songs really sound very Paul, and others sound very John.
Oh, when he used to do
really
the
cool.
Beatles songs, they were like right on.
Yeah, he had that voice.
Unbelievable.
He could really nail it. And some of his stuff was kind of like, oh, I don't know, almost like Warren Zevon, Randy Newman, kind of in that area. Really, he had some very good influences, and he could really pull it together in his own way. I was
Randy Newman was an awesome songwriter.
more light.
Yeah, and just a real like character. But man,
Yeah.
he really flourished an amazing career writing for film.
Oh,
Well, and he
Without a
came
doubt.
up with Short People.
Yeah,
Hey, I
yeah.
remember that record.
That was a
Short
hit.
People was a
That was a
what
hit.
summer was that?
That was a big hit. 78 maybe?
And then Hulk Hogan got his start on one of his videos.
Oh no, I didn't know. Oh, and I Love LA.
Yeah,
I love LA.
he was the muscle guy holding the boombox.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool. And just a unique guy.
Yeah.
Totally unique guy.
I
Guys
seen
in
him once
White-
driving to work down in Florida. And he was in his convertible Mustang. Yeah. I yelled over and he growled and I said, that's all I need to hear.
Ah.
I'm going to keep driving.
Okay, I'm gonna have to do this later because I can't figure it out.
Yeah, we thought that was going to be the end result. Wow.
I
Wow.
could figure it out, but I have to like concentrate. And
hey Judy, could you help her out?
Yeah, no problem.
What's she trying to figure out?
How to turn her phone on.
no, that would be you. Trying to order.
Flip phone, baby.
I can't for the life of me access my Instagram account. And this
Maybe
has
you got
been
whacked.
this
I
has
haven't-
been over 2 months.
I'm having trouble. I'm trying to put $500 in my account, and I don't have it. So could you help me out?
That sucks. Usually they're pretty good.
And
Well, the thing with Instagram, you'll like if you find a phone number to call, they literally will say on the recorded message, we will not return your call. I've never had an experience where you call the company and
Gee.
the recorded message says, we be due to high call volumes, we will not be returning your call.
Yeah.
There's a lot of places that
That's
do.
why I don't mess with that shit, man.
It's unbelievable.
Probably
I
because
got-
they're short-staffed.
Well, I got notices on Messenger, like I got 40,000 Instagram messages. I ain't touching them.
why can't you delete all?
I don't know how, okay? All right, you want to fucking come over and show me? Yeah, I didn't think so. So shut it, Marge.
Are we getting
Isn't he
testy?
sweet today?
Are we getting
Yeah.
testy or are we getting cocky?
Hey, what do you guys think of my new hat?
That is
I
a
like
wanted
it.
to
cool hat.
mention it. I like it.
I like it.
That's a Motorhead Lemmy hat.
So the story on this hat,
I
a
have
few
too much
months
white.
ago,
Here's a story.
a few months ago, I was in on a jury downtown, and this girl,
Really?
one of the jury, other people was a woman that had a hat just very similar to this,
How did we not hear about this sooner?
and I loved it.
Was
I
she
loved
hot?
it. Yeah, well, she was nice, but anyhow, she dressed. The way she dressed was amazing.
I'll bet.
I mean, she really did. That's what I mean.
Provocative?
Look at the hat. But anyway,
We're
she
hearing,
had this.
we're
this-
hearing
she
the
had this-
story, so it's got to be
Shut
good.
up. We can't hear the story because you're talking.
Hey, don't be a dick.
Fucking
Why do you gotta
Gina.
be such a dick?
Shut
So
up.
anyhow, this girl, she had this really awesome hat, and I asked her where she got it. And she says, well, I don't know where it came from. I got it from my dad, who lives in Kentucky.
Mhm.
But he don't, you know, she didn't know where he got it. So I looked on the internet everywhere trying to find this hat, and I couldn't find it. So now I go down to Florida, and we go to this, you know, open air market on one of the beaches, and there's a lady selling them.
No shit.
Yeah. Some of them had like the Route 66 emblem on it, but I didn't want that. I wanted just like the one the girl had.
How's
I
that
got
going?
this hat for $20.
Cool.
That's
Loved
good.
it.
Dark.
That
That is a
that
nice
hat,
hat.
makes that hat unisexual.
I like it.
There's nothing wrong with that, right?
Not that there's
No.
anything wrong with that.
Well,
As long as it
Groupers-
continues to identify as a hat.
yeah.
We do
And
live in
not-
uncertain
yeah.
times.
You guys, the light in this room is too bright.
It's
Oh,
almost
either-
dark shadow like
Let's
now.
all go dark. Dim the
So I
lights.
just threw on a
Dim the
flashlight.
lights. Everybody dim the lights. Okay, no one wants to dim the lights.
I did.
No.
There you go.
Dim the lights.
Wow,
Dim the
now I
lights.
couldn't-
Go dim the
All we
lights.
see is like two little beaties.
Dim the lights.
Well, I'm trying to figure out, I don't have a lamp in this place, in this room, because I didn't want to go out to my shed. But the big bright lights is just too much for me. After being out in the sun all day, I'm like,
Dim the
nope.
lights.
That's fine.
I
Right
actually
where you
does
got it
say-
now, if you keep it like that, you're good.
Yeah, I just put the flashlight on my other phone.
Oh, that looks fine though.
Dim the lights, dim the lights.
It's almost like you're about to start reading a children's book to us. It's story time for the group.
Okay, children.
Let's
Let's
everybody
talk
get
about.
No, that's
everybody. Let's shut up, Gina. Let's everybody get comfortable.
Okay, everybody in their comfy chairs. You have
Oh, she's
something
gonna-
good to
He's
drink.
gonna use that radio voice too. Oh, God.
not, it's the radio voice, not the 900 voice.
Oh, she's got a great 900 voice.
Right? Close your eyes.
Wow.
Yes, everybody.
I haven't seen a
Close
commercial for that. in a
your
while.
And her theme song is Aldo Nova's Fantasy. Yeah.
It's my 1-900 voice. I can do that one, but
Yeah, 1-900 spank me.
Oh,
you reach 1-900 dial a babe. Credit card number, please.
I'll be right with you.
Nothing below a platinum card.
Hey, Dark, you're grabbing my wallet. She's not here.
I used to do that to
She's not here.
my ex-husband's
Doesn't
friend
watch
all the
playback.
time.
It's
be like, "Oh,
extra for
shit,
your
I got that
boyfriend to
phone again."
listen.
Besides what you're wearing, what are you wearing?
What are you not wearing? Fade to the,
Yeah.
the. what
Remember all
you
those
call it?
commercials on?
hey,
TV
Mr.
for the-
Laura, are you wearing your
Is that-
granny's
I haven't
nightgown?
seen one of those in so long.
Oh, I don't have Granny's nightgown on.
Oh,
I just have this ugly shirt.
yeah.
And
It's such a bright, pretty orange.
It looks
Yeah.
good on
and then
camera.
what?
Pumpkin patch
And
orange.
since we're on camera, that's a good thing,
Safety orange.
right?
That way people know who we are. I was trying to remember the name of that band, Twisted Root country band.
Hmm.
Now, do
They
you guys
sounded
carry like big flashlights,
What's
No.
that?
like the Andy Frayne flashlights? Remember them guys at the concerts? And if you
Oh,
got out
yeah.
of line, they beat you with them flashlights.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And we never deserved it.
No,
Andy Fran guy. I haven't heard that term in forever.
I don't even think they're in business anymore, are they?
No, long gone, I think.
Yeah.
It all
I don't
just
call
went-
them that.
It
Too
all
many
just
of them
went-
got it. Too many of them got their asses kicked in the alleys after the show.
Mm. It was kind of, you know, the uniform was rather conspicuous.
Yeah.
Remember, do you guys remember even movie theaters used to have them? Not necessarily
Ushers.
them, but they had
Mm-hmm.
people that would, have a flashlight and show you the seats.
Yeah, ushers.
Oh, yeah.
Ushers.
Isn't that what it was?
That was one of my
assigned seat then,
dad's
or
early
what?
jobs, was an usher in the theater.
They weren't assigned seats, but at one time, they were giant theaters. They
Yeah.
weren't like
Yep.
50 seats now. They were hundreds.
Yeah, right.
People.
Yeah.
And once the lights went out, you couldn't see if there were any seats available.
Boy, have things changed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that was the worst thing they did, if you ask me.
Oh,
It
I
made me not-
agree.
It made me not want to go to theaters anymore because,
Yeah.
I can fit 50 people in my garage and go on my big screen. And
Yeah.
it's almost the same.
Well, it's like when they
Yeah.
did that to LaGrange Theater in LaGrange there, I quit going.
Mm,
You
mm.
know, they
Well,
ruined
yeah,
it.
but
'Cause
now
you
they
had the
serve-
balcony and
Alcohol at movies.
Yeah. And you could pick your own seat
Mm-hmm.
too.
Well, they got that in
That's
Florida called
weird.
the Cinema Cafe, where you can eat and drink and then you watch the movie.
Oh, I've been
Yeah.
there a few times up in I forgot what town it's in, but
Mhm.
it's nice.
Yeah, it is.
Just order a small pizza, a pitcher of
A
beer, and
Pitcher of beer, yeah.
Yeah.
They have some of those up here.
Do they?
And the recliners.
You ever go to Imagine?
exactly.
Theater?
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's right by me. Yeah, that's nice.
I have to
going
tell
there.
you
I heard
guys,
good things about it.
It's
we
really
have-
nice.
at the theater by my house, they have the one where the button to make the recliner go up is on the inside, so nobody else can touch your button. So
Oh, yeah.
I was so a little bit bigger at the time, and every time I would laugh,
You hit the button.
my thigh would press the button, and the legs would be going up and down when I laugh, and then when I stopped laughing, it would stop halfway, and I'm like,
Oh,
I'm trying to do like this. It was bad. That was pretty
Have you
bad.
guys been to like the 4D experience? That's kind of fun where they have the air and the mist and the seats move. It was fun. I saw.
In
movie
Disney,
like that.
I have, but never outside of Disney World.
Never tried that.
And my
Yeah, there's a
cousin's
place
got
in
a movie
Knoxville.
theater in her house.
It's kind
I
of
haven't been in
fun.
that area in so long. I want to go back.
I got a new toy, and now I don't have enough batteries.
Oh, you ran out of batteries.
whoa.
Gina, you should never run out of batteries.
Damn it, man.
I'd give
Honey,
you
do we
some,
have
but
any
you're a little far.
batteries
Batteries for what?
for my toy?
Oh boy.
Here
I
we
got that
go.
song. I got that song on my head. It's a
Boys.
family affair.
Batteries.
Triple A's.
Oh, AAA's, that's only gonna last you like half hour.
I give it 9 minutes, Dan.
I only need 3. I married
There's
Mark.
gonna be a lot of smoke.
I only need 3 minutes.
What happened to
I
Tracy? You
don't have
you
moisture
mentioned
problems
toy.
like your friend.
You mentioned toy and Tracy went black. What's he doing? There he is.
Damn it.
Oh,
Just beat it, Gina. Just beat it.
Dan would have liked it. Now I have to wait till next time.
Is it not working?
No, I need batteries.
Oh, I got
Lady
some. You want me to go get them for you?
Triple A's.
Oh, you
Triple A.
guys, look at all these batteries.
Tune in
I have
next week to
lots of
see
batteries.
Gina's toy.
Stop. Why does that sound that good? Wow. Someone
Yeah, I
get
have
that.
battery operated candles. I don't burn candles anymore.
Now I can't put it back together.
You know what though? They look real.
Yeah, I
They-
caught
they
the
look real.
dining room table caught on fire. So I
Oh,
got
wow.
rid of all my
I can
candles.
see why you go to flame those candles. Yeah.
Yeah, brand new table.
What the hell?
Oh, boy.
Oh, this has
Not
got
good.
this.
What are you
Gina, that's-
doing?
That's why I
Gina,
want
that's-
it.
Oh,
She's
God.
going into the. She's going into the.
Hey,
deep
Gina, you
tunnel
going for a
project
run?
here.
I am.
This is
That's awesome.
Hey,
So you
Ju-
don't have any batteries to put in there?
hey, Judy. When they
Yeah.
say it's a table candle, you literally don't have to light your table on fire.
Right.
That's
That's
why
a
I
look,
asked you if you
Gina.
do any work anymore.
Yeah.
There you go.
Thank you.
Oh, well, I wanted to try
Gina,
it.
is that for working in a mine or what?
Yes. Well, Marty wears it. He's like,
Oh boy.
honey, come
Here
here.
we
Here we
go.
go.
Uh-oh.
I think it's waterproof too.
Is that his cave light?
No, it's like,
Do you know what he just said?
No.
No, it's for working on cars.
Oh, okay. I'm sure it is.
Do you want to park your car in my garage?
Whoa.
Whoa.
See my
Do you have
candle?
a car? He has a Volkswagen.
no,
And it's a and it, let me guess, and you've got a really big garage.
A warehouse.
God.
It's
Yeah.
a perfect noodle.
This is
man.
not Dan's garage.
Judy, what'd you do with your candle?
I put it right here.
You brought it to show and tell, and then you put it away.
It's right here.
Here you go. Well, turn the
See?
lights off so we get the full effect. Man, I could get you to do anything.
I'm sure not anything.
Oh, wow, nice.
Oh, that is cool.
See?
I like the
Does
blue.
it flicker?
Yeah.
Does it
It
flicker?
flicks. It's got
Does
a
it have a
flicker.
remote control?
She's Judy in disguise with glasses.
I was just gonna
Wow.
say
There you
that.
go.
In the sky.
See,
That
and
is
then
nice.
here's the
That's the
That is
butt.
nice.
button,
Does
So
it
you
get
know what's
warm?
nice about those?
the
You
switch.
could,
to
you
turn
know,
them
I
on.
used to take baths and like have like light candles. That's perfect.
Uh-huh.
for that. Like you put it on your bathtub. You don't
Yeah.
have to worry about anything catching on fire.
Yep.
Your brother's a fireman.
how
I'll
is-
put these well,
How are
was.
soap bubbles gonna catch on fire?
No,
The curtain.
the curtain.
Oh,
Oh my God.
Everybody,
Oh,
like takes a shower in the yard with a garden hose.
What? Who takes their shower outside?
I do.
Cool.
I got a privacy fence.
Yeah,
You take
y'all-
a shower outside?
y'all-
Yeah,
Yeah.
one of those little picket fences from your knees.
y'all need a bath? We got a pond out and back.
Just add soap.
Wipe your feet before you get in the water.
Wash your crack in the creek.
Quite cracky.
Where you been, Tracy? Where are you?
Yeah,
He keeps going dark.
I'm indulging.
he
you
dimmed
must
his
be eating
light.
Oh, see,
popcorn.
his wife made popcorn
I'm
too.
having my
Marty, will you make me some popcorn?
Well, maybe she's reenacting some of those scenes from that shoot that he just did, and so he's got to turn the lights down. So
Oh, there you
Ooh.
go.
Oh,
Hey,
wow, look
now.
at that. Gina's showing her. Gina is proud of her bush.
She's got her bush out.
uh,
Now she's twirling it. Do you find it circular motions are quicker too, or
Well, you have to
is
get
it
like
more? There we go. That's what I thought. Yeah.
What's the quickest way to open up that can?
and then when Marty enters the room.
There were, you know what? When you said that, 1,000 things just went off in my head that quick. I missed my calling. I should have been a director.
I just remained quiet.
I know you did.
What else do I have? Oh, did you guys ever use these?
All right, here we go. Nipple clamps?
No, you just use the things for the
Clothespins.
clothespins.
Clothespins are good. They're cheap.
There's a
For what?
big difference
For-
between men's nipple clamps and women's.
Yes, they leave
Oh.
dents. But did you ever try these?
What are they?
What is it?
They're like you get them wet for like when you're working outside.
Cool
What is
Danas.
it?
Oh, those scarves.
Like a cool towel?
Yeah.
Cool Danas.
Do you put them in the freezer?
Oh,
Yeah,
Just get them wet.
yeah.
Shut up.
Those are
I have
nice.
those.
Yeah,
We used
they're
to
Soak
wear
in
that at
water
work.
for 3 to 5 minutes, right around your neck or your head or your wrist.
And it like puffs up. and you get
Provides
right to-
hours of cooling without ice or rehydration.
It really doesn't provide hours of cooling though.
So we got this size here,
Here we go.
Oh,
and for those
For the men.
really
For
tall
the-
ones,
for the-
we got this size
for the-
here.
That's the women's size.
Come again?
Yeah,
That's
Exactly.
the women's size.
those are the thunder clamps right there, man.
wow.
Yeah, you
It's
gotta go in with
it's
safety
got
goggles.
rubber to enhance your
Yeah.
pleasure.
I'll bet it does.
I don't remember that in health class.
Mini pop bag.
Mini bop bag. Is that like one of
What's
those
it say?
poppers that where you used to punch them, the punching bags?
A mini bop bag.
So you just probably
Cindy
fiddle your
Lauper
fingers
song,
instead.
ain't it?
No.
Okay.
What else do you want to see?
Oh, boy.
This is an interesting table.
I have lots of liquor behind me.
Well, then start drinking.
Yeah.
I don't drink much.
You know how she fixed that at the end? I don't drink much.
Much.
No, I don't. I really don't.
You know what? I'm
so I
just
take
wearing
seizure
these
medicine.
to like be like everybody else, but I really can't see through them.
Yeah, but you look good
Oh, do you think so?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
you-
think
you know,
so.
with that light on your head. Yeah,
Ready
you're
for the run.
You,
Like a third.
you kind
eye
of
or
look, you
something.
kind of look like a minion.
Yeah,
yeah. Yeah.
that's it. I was trying to think of what she looks like. Yep, that's it.
Say banana.
And then
Banana.
Ah! Is that how they go?
Banana. Banana.
see, look at all
Minions are
this.
cool. Yeah.
I can't stand this. This is my unfavorite part of this.
Shave your head.
Your hair?
I don't like seeing myself.
Oh, Gina, you didn't change
Oh,
a bit. You
shut
look great.
Stop.
No, that's not what I mean. I just like, I'm like, oh,
How do you think I fucking feel?
Hey, look, you know,
With
we,
your
we can't
hands?
all be gorgeous all the time.
Who said that?
I
What?
can't. Hey, this is my
Who said
thing.
hand?
What?
Not me.
Who said
No,
hand?
you have to say, I can't be smart and beautiful. Sometimes I have to pick.
There you go.
Just saying.
Wow. I need a hug.
Hey, you know, I'm looking at my settings that says, oh, hang on. Show non-video participants. Well, that's kind of a contradiction.
But you're gonna hit the button and go into some weird
Allowed
cloud.
in this jurisdiction?
Here we go.
Here comes the sun.
Good song.
Oh,
I think we should have a sing-along.
Oh, God,
Yeah.
no, I'm
Follow
horrible.
the dot. Remember that?
Yeah, the bouncy ball. Boing,
Bouncy
boing.
I got a taste for a Heineken man,
Why?
for a week now.
Do I have like a dot on my head?
No.
I do not see
Oh,
one.
yeah, you
mean that-
do.
You mean
Making
that big
progress
red
here.
mark on your forehead? Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you
This
got
could-
there, Trace?
Got
This
my
could be
Woodford
better.
Reserve double baked
Double baked. That's what I was earlier.
as opposed to half baked.
That's pretty good liquor, ain't it?
Yeah, it really is. You know,
Do you
Oh.
mix it or you drink it straight?
I've
That's
been
just-
mixing it.
Can you
I
see
will-
part of the alcohol?
I will drink it straight.
Oh, yeah.
I'm mixing it.
There's a lot.
She's
of
a
booze.
closet drinker.
Wow.
Oh shit!
I had a really big, I don't know, it's hard to tell. I can't see.
What's your rarest bottle up there, Laura?
Here, this is mostly Jack because my late husband loved Jack. But I have Pappy Van Winkle, and then we just have like all the Bacardi and Angel's Envy and Jefferson's and
Jameson.
yeah, this is just part of it. But he loved his Jack, and this is I unpacked some boxes, but that one's a cool one. See that Maker's Mark and the orange and
Yes.
black?
That's good whiskey.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
because of being with the Harley chapter. We went
Mhm.
in a thing, and then he has the master distiller stuff he had, and
Wow, look at that collection.
then
You got Patron? Yeah, I saw it.
yeah, there's a little bit of everything.
You should
This is
have
just
that in the freezer.
part of the collection. So
You have any Remy Martin?
no, but I got the Pappy, but that's packed away. That's only part of what I
Napoleon
have.
brandy?
Pardon? Ooh, I gotta change that light over.
Napoleon. I worked when I went down to Florida and I was bored, so I got a job at a labor hall. And I was working at Total Wine down there.
Oh, that's a
And they
great
had a-
place.
Yeah, they had a bottle of Napoleon brandy in the display case. It was $5,200 for the bottle.
Wow.
And
Wow.
what
Woo.
they're not selling the liquor, it's the gems and the diamonds and the rubies and all that. They're in the bottle.
Yeah,
That's what the people are paying for.
sure.
Wow.
And my friend Lynn down there, she was telling me one guy bought one and he came back and he was kind of sick to his stomach. And she asked him what happened. And he goes, oh, he's washing it out with some warm water and the bottle cracked.
Oh,
Oh my
Ooh.
gosh.
No.
So it was worthless. I mean, he had all these gems and everything, but it was
Oh,
still worth some money, but not what it could have been.
Wow.
Because those are from like the 1600s, you know?
oh my God.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be bad.
And they wouldn't give me the key to the cabinet. Yeah, I know.
yeah.
It's kind of an interesting thing, like to have something so valuable that you basically have a paranoia of being near it or anybody else being near it, or
Mhm.
it's kind of
Yeah,
the
so how
thing.
do you enjoy this thing that you're like,
Yeah, it's a
Right.
that you have for enjoyment?
Yeah,
You
it's,
only break that out if you know you're gonna score.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
You don't waste that good stuff.
Yeah. Well, now you don't have no toys. Oh,
Who's got the news on?
who do you think?
Okay.
Hey, did you take the rest of the thing? This, Mr. Flisk,
What?
did you take this thing?
Yeah, the flashlight. It needs a battery.
There's a battery charger.
Oh, okay.
Dun dun dun. So what are you guys doing? Anybody have plans this weekend?
Not a fucking
Mm.
thing.
Looking
No.
at concert again tomorrow night.
Yeah.
oh, wow.
Doing more t-shirts and all that jazz.
Dan,
Finish
how much
out.
have you gotten into your pool this summer?
None at all.
Really?
I never
Not
go-
once.
I didn't build it for me. I built it for everyone else.
That's cool.
Oh,
Oh, you
That's-
don't like the pool. You don't
No.
do the pool.
No, we didn't have one when I grew up, so I'm not really a water person.
is it fear of sharks or what?
Yeah.
No, it's just like you just never do it. It does no big deal.
Well,
Wow.
I got air conditioned garage, air conditioned house.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
I love
we had a
playing
pool
PGA.
and then they had a pool.
I know.
Mary
See,
and I
that's
had
the
a
thing.
pool.
You guys,
We had a pool.
nobody around us. Well, not nobody, but hardly anybody around us when I was growing up had a pool.
Right. But
Yeah,
we all
lived
did.
in our.
Like Hogan's had one, we
Yeah,
had
a lot of
one, Zix
pools.
had one.
We had
For
one.
kids, we lived at the Trace, and there were 3 pools there that you could go to.
Yeah.
I had
Those were, yeah,
friends-
those were giant toilets.
I had friends whose backyards were all adjacent to one another with like one exception. And it was literally like, pool rotisserie. You would just kind of, you had your A pool, your B pool. and
Did
your
you guys
C
ever pool hop?
Well, you had your pool friends, people who came over just for swimming.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, there was
We
I
had
would,
a
that.
pool.
I would charge them if I didn't like.
I'd just tell them to go.
No, you had to bring at least a 6-pack.
I mean,
over
we
to
didn't
get-
swim a lot, but we drank in the prairie more than we swam.
Yeah, I was in the pool every day, all summer.
See, we drank in
Yeah.
the pool.
Well, our parents weren't that cool.
My mom was cool. Yeah.
you
Who
know,
else
I
had
think,
six
I
kegs
think
at their high
Mary's
school
family
graduation?
used the pool a lot, didn't they,
yeah,
Gina?
yep. So, I mean, and then, you know, the Paradisos lived behind us and we actually had a gate connected from the corner of the Zix fence. And then the people behind us, they had a fence and we put a gate between Paradiso's yard and ours because they all were always all by our house. And instead of having to go all the way around the block, they just opened the gate and they were like by our houses. It's kind of cool. Growing up
Yeah,
like
it's
that.
We had
smart.
we had a cool neighborhood, Gina.
I mean, that sucked for like my kids. They've never hung around with anybody in this neighborhood. There's not really, you know what I mean? And
Yeah,
That's
I
how
mean,
things are today.
it
Yeah.
stinks because I mean, you know, we had a bunch of us in a row and behind us, and ages overlap. So
Yeah.
you know, and
Well, what it was too back in when we went to Argo too, it was, you know, Monday, Tuesday was the planning part of who's going to have the kegger this week.
well, we didn't do that.
Thursday, you were almost 90%. And Friday, you know, yeah, it's on. You know, let's go.
remember just going hopping party to party too, finding
Yeah.
out. And sometimes people they didn't like you, or they didn't know you. Get out, go.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
There's
I
somebody
mean, the
over there-
parties that we went to when we were in high school and stuff, my kids have never done that ever.
Gina, didn't you walk over to my graduation?
Yeah, for a little bit.
I thought you were there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
2000 years ago.
that was fun.
You know, I mean,
I
we
didn't-
were
I-
fortunate
We need a
where we lived.
reenactment.
I didn't get one card. I didn't get one envelope with money.
Really?
Everybody that showed up gave me a quarter ounce of weed or better.
Oh, okay.
And he
So I
smoked
had-
some today.
Oh my God, I had like 2 pounds of weed in my bedroom to the
Okay.
point where I had to have the window open so my mom wouldn't smell it.
Wow.
My sister would knock on the door and she goes, "Give it." And I get, "Give what?" "I'm going to tell mom, I know what you got in there." I says, "All right." So I go get her a bag of the seeds, you know.
Why was she
Here.
uptight?
They were just little shits, you know,
Why don't they smoke it? And
typical sister.
Yeah, I used to do that to my brother. Like,
Give her a-
you know,
Yeah.
give me some of that wine that's in those green 7-Up bottles that mom thinks is pop. I said, I'm
Yeah.
telling
Oh,
See?
nice. Oh, I was wondering about the green bottles.
I'm
Hmm.
I
counting.
mean, but that was the beauty of where we lived. We didn't have any neighbors. We were the neighbors. There's nobody across the street. There,
Yeah,
you
you
know,
didn't have anybody complaining.
Yeah.
who are we gonna complain to about each
You
other?
could play, well, the cops would show up and they go, you know, "Hey,
You
Rick,
know. Right,
you need to park over by under the High Lines." I said, "All right, cool."
right.
Oh,
Hogan's
Fish-
can't call on the Zix and Keens can't
Fish-
call on the
Fish would
Hogans.
show up.
and-
Fish
You
should
know.
show up at like 1 a.m. going, you know, "You got to turn the stereo down." You go, yeah. My mom out there negotiating with the cops. Nobody's
Where's your house
driving.
at?
I get
Gina?
83rd and Thomas. Oh,
Okay.
Gina was at 80. Where were you? Were 83rd and 84th.
83rd place.
Right.
Yeah.
So
And
Gina, did you
Beloit-
know the Zix way before Dan did?
Oh yeah.
We're like next door neighbors,
Okay.
like next door, since 2nd grade. Well, since that's when I lived there.
Did they move in after you?
Yes.
Okay.
And I didn't start going out with Mary until like when she was in 3rd grade. I was 20.
Yeah.
As you might say, Dad, nice.
I used to babysit them.
Oh man.
Other than that, how did Mary feel about that?
Oof. Wow. Tonight at 10.
It is interesting how that side of Bridgeview ended up in our side of Bridgeview.
Oh, there's that side.
It's because
Yeah,
we
you
were
allowed it.
that
It's
side.
either you lived on one side of the tracks or what side of the bridge. That's how you split Bridgeview up.
You were that
We
side.
were old justice, new justice.
Yeah, there was.
Yeah.
You know, the
Which
funny
way?
thing is, we never really called our area New Justice. I don't really remember it that way. Maybe we did. It was always Old Justice, and then it was just where we
It's
were.
justice, right?
And just
Where
where
was
we
that?
were.
And then
On the
Robert's
new
Park.
justice side, Tracy.
Yeah, Roberts Park was a location for sure.
You know, it's funny too, because when somebody that really, I don't want to say they didn't belong in that neighborhood, but all your buddies and you were like a bunch of fucking meerkats. Like, what are they doing over here? You know,
There's a lot of
going
that, a
on?
lot of looking.
Yeah,
Probably
what's
the
going on?
reason that the guys from that part of the other side of the bridge ended up on our side of the bridge had to be about girls.
Oh, without a doubt.
Or that, or they didn't have beer money.
The Great Migration.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm trying to think who went out with who. I know Diane went out with Roback, Bob.
and then married them.
Yeah.
Um,
Then
That's
But,
a
like-
ridiculous score.
Well,
I went out once with what's her
Jenny?
name? Huh?
Jenny.
Yeah, Jenny. I went out with her one time. And then
We
Smitty
gotta hear
ended
more
up going
about
out with
that.
her a couple times.
mhm.
We would always be asked, where are you going out? Out where? We're going out. Out where?
Yep.
Remember that?
Yeah,
Out was there.
it's going out.
We're going out. Where?
We're going to get.
Never
Yeah,
mind
we're going to
where.
get.
We're going
Going to
out.
Maple Lake.
Yeah.
See, I never had to
Crooked
worry
Creek.
about that. I was just like I was Switzerland.
That was
Everybody came to you with their issues, I sense.
The
So,
only,
I
the only
mean, you
thing
know,
I had.
You were
The
the
only thing I
healer.
had when I come home, my mom knew I was going to a concert. So I'd walk in and she'd make me, she let me smell your right hand. I said, really? Yeah, I said, here, you know? She goes, you're lucky. And then she turned around and I go, yeah, I smell good with my left hand.
Smart ass.
It was smart, man.
Wow.
Oh, well, you know, there was also Sue,
Right. Sue went out with Booger for a while, right?
long time. So she was like
Yeah.
kind of a common denominator too, because she went out with him
Sue
for quite a
who?
while. Sue
Rizzuto.
Rizzuto.
Stu who?
Sue
No, not
Rizzuto.
Stu. Stu.
Sue.
Stu.
Wait a minute.
So,
You know, beef stew.
Oh,
my name.
Stu.
She lived by McDonald's.
Sweet.
Smoke another fatty, Rick.
How you doing, sweet?
Think I need it.
my God.
So there's those kind of overlapping common denominators. And then she ended up marrying the guy at the end of our street. After all that, isn't that weird?
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that guy lived at the end of your street.
Mike Huslop.
Yeah,
That
I
guy?
didn't know that.
I know that.
I
guy.
remember that name. Heslop. Didn't he have Mike Heslop?
Don't remember
Yep.
that name.
You
'Cause you
definitely
guys
remember
hung
that,
around a lot.
Rocky.
They were.
Yeah,
They,
you and Rocky, right?
Gina,
And
they were they literally at the end of your street by the tracks?
By the tracks, that was the house at the end of the tracks that ended up getting tore down.
How come
Um,
we've never seen? I don't remember ever seeing them.
So it was behind where Thad lived. But it was like a shack, and they tore it down and they built the two houses that are there now. They built on where that house was.
So did they? Who did they hang around with? Where where I would have never seen them?
I think they might have moved by then. I don't know.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah, because you don't remember that house, right? So
I don't remember.
no,
I
yeah.
remember the prairie.
So yeah. So ironically, she married him.
Hmm.
She didn't stay married to him, but that's who she married.
I went to their wedding.
Sue's?
Yeah.
I was
How
late.
about Mike? Did Mike make that one?
I believe he wasn't there.
That figures.
It was a nice wedding.
Poor Mike. Ow.
So,
So,
Sue,
you know,
so
I
Sue
mean-
ended up getting a divorce, huh?
Yeah.
Did she get
She has
remarried?
twin boys.
Pardon?
She has twin boys.
Oh, twins. Okay.
Yeah.
2 for the price of 1.
Yeah, she's
Weddings are fun.
they're like
I just
in their
attended one.
30s.
I don't think I ever came back from a receptions in good shape.
I remember Sue had a I don't know how you would say it, like a camp out with the girls in her
Yeah.
backyard. She had the tent,
Yeah.
and we
Oh,
went over
yeah.
there.
They
And,
would
That's
sleep
got
in the
pork.
backyard.
That's got Porky's written all over it.
Yeah.
Her dad did like a whole, remember when
Dan- Dan did some recon on that tent, did you?
I can picture some silhouetting around the tent material.
There was something.
Well, we had a
He
fort,
noticed her silhouette as he crawled in the grass.
we had a fort in our
Those were the
backyard.
days.
We would say we're spending the night in the backyard in a tent, and we would just run all over the prairie in the neighborhood.
Dying of alcohol poisoning on the prairie.
That's no joke. I told you one of us went to church. We still would go to church on Sunday, and one of them,
Ugh,
unnamed people of
Work
that
hard,
group,
pray hard.
threw
Huge.
up on somebody in church.
Oh,
that,
God.
that could have been.
I knew I should have
was-
ate those eggs over easy.
Oh, he probably came straight out of the prairie and went to church.
Did the
Wow.
priest start yelling? The power of Christ
How would
compels
they
you?
let you in? You gotta reek. You must have reeked.
Hey, do
Oh
you
yeah,
guys,
alcohol vomit. Oh man.
do you guys know how they make holy water?
How?
Yeah, they do something with someone's feet.
No, they boil the hell out of it.
Oh, is that what it is?
Oh,
Oh.
God.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man, we set that up and got
Yeah,
whacked.
Yeah. Start cue the album. Da, da,
Wah,
da,
wah, wah, wah.
da, da, da.
Yeah.
And sadly,
Okay,
Dad has
you
a million
win
of
the
them.
bad
But,
dad joke
jump.
of the session.
Oh, my God.
Well, I mean, look at like weddings.
Like a
I'll tell
woman.
you, I stood up for a couple weddings in my day. You know, they say always a bridesmaid. Well, I'm a bride, but I'm just saying, I was a bridesmaid for a while, a couple times.
I wonder if there's a record, like how many, like a woman that was a bridesmaid for I don't know how many weddings and then
Right.
never personally got married.
She's no
Right.
longer a spinster.
It turned out that no one knew it. She was a lesbian.
She can still get married nowadays. You could be a married lesbian now. It's
You do live in uncertain
2022.
times.
Yeah, that's
I
rock
love
and roll.
lesbian.
Not that there's anything wrong with it.
Oh no.
Oh,
So, you know, I mean,
how can I forget it?
hey, Dar,
Yes, Gina.
did you see Miranda's going off to medical school now?
Miranda, yeah, I saw she got her place yesterday.
Yeah, that's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, you were talking about being a bridesmaid. My cousin, she's 17 months older than me, the bridesmaids decided we were gonna sing Going to the Chapel. Well, guess who's saying Going to the Chapel? They were supposed to be the doo-wops, and it ended up being a solo of just me singing. So I'm always the performer. Always the performer.
Well, my maid of honor sang Ave Maria at my wedding, actually.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah, I remember that.
Like,
You know,
to
Gina, I
hear-
don't remember nothing of your wedding.
no? Maybe
No.
is that good?
How hammered were
The
you?
reception, I don't know. I was, yeah, I
He
don't
was so
know.
hammered.
Yeah, I was, no, not back
Well, it was a
then.
Like
long
a
time
match game
ago.
question.
Yeah.
Well, so at one
Judy was
point,
so
Judy and I had
hammered,
matching
she-
dresses. We stood up in a wedding, in the same wedding before.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, Gina took control, got everybody together. I remember.
Oh, yeah, I had the bachelorette party. And the bride almost didn't come.
What did you do, Gina?
Oh, why? That the bride didn't come?
Yeah.
Well, we grew up like sisters, so
Oh.
it doesn't take
Yeah.
much for us to argue.
Yeah.
My sisters did that to me 3 days before my wedding, and I don't use the F word. Trace will tell you my famous is hump a toad. My sisters got me so mad, I dropped probably about 15, 20 F-bombs, and then they're telling me, Mom, oh, you heard Darsh dropping F-bombs, and Mom goes, yeah, that means you really pissed her off, so leave her alone.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, we
Wow.
ended up having, we had a stripper.
Where'd Laura go?
She'll be back. Maybe she has to go to the bathroom. We had a stripper.
That was me,
Our
wasn't
mothers
it?
weren't shy. Were our mothers shy? No, our mothers.
Oh, wait, was my mom there? I don't remember that.
Remember?
Oh, yeah, of
You don't
course she
remember
had
my
to been.
helicopter?
weren't. What?
You don't remember I did the helicopter?
Shut up. Get out.
Oh,
You shut up.
God.
No, this guy took
God.
everything off, and he just had a towel, and he was making the towel bounce up.
Did I embarrass Trace?
in front of our mother's faces.
No.
I can embarrass Trace if you guys want to hear a funny story.
You don't want to hear.
What'd you do, Trace?
Well, him and my best friend's fiance pretended to be strippers. at
Oh.
I
At my-
told the guy,
at
the
my
girls-
best friend's sister's bachelorette party. They came down with, of course, their briefs over their pants, you know, putting on a little show.
It was goofy.
quite hilarious.
It was pretty hilarious.
I told my bridesmaids I did not want a stripper, and if they got me a stripper, I would leave. So they got me
With
a
the
nerd.
stripper or what?
No, I don't want a stripper. I don't want somebody swinging their shit in my face.
Well, mine
That's what-
almost gave me an instant haircut because he's swinging me around my mom's
Uh-oh.
furniture. She had the ceiling fan on. I had to tell him, put me down, please.
I hate.
Yeah, I know.
certain
They
things.
gave me a nerd. He just kept boxers there down to
That's
his
what we had
knees.
for my sister. He ended up being a nerd, but then when he got down to it, and his name was his stripper name was Hollywood.
Yeah. Yeah, no, because I
Yeah, I
said I
didn't want
would
a
walk out.
stripper.
And then you had 3.
Well, I kind of had a lot of bridesmaids in my wedding.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah,
Mary Jo
well, you had, like, what?
Marzulli was my maid of honor, and she's the one that sang Ave Maria in Latin.
Wow.
Wow, cool.
She's very talented.
She's
Yeah.
got an amazing voice. There were grown men crying at my wedding at the.
Was she ever a professional in entertainment?
Ooh.
Did she ever do anything?
She does a ton of
professional?
community theater. She did a
Okay.
lot of. Plus, she used to tour with Sesame Street Live, which
Oh,
talk
wow.
about
Okay.
a hard job. Try
I
to
bet.
okay.
Wow.
First off, to dance takes a lot of energy. Dance with those costumes on. Oh my gosh.
I remember her at the
Yeah.
remember the talent night for homecoming?
Yeah.
Remember she did We Got the Beat?
Yeah, her and Lisa Burke.
That would have been fun had they, if we had like recording, more commonly
Right.
available. Because that was such
They
a
did
fun
good.
concert. I
Yep.
still remember so much of that night, and the performances were really amazing. The Garzas, they had their band.
Yep.
They were like Santana, for crying out loud. They were so
Or
good.
were you like in one of those variety shows, dancing flappers or something?
It was really amazing.
Laura,
What?
were you ever in the variety shows dancing in a flapper costume or something, or was that one of the plays?
Oh, when we
Was
were
that
in
the
eighth
boyfriend?
Guys and
grade,
dolls.
eighth grade, me and Rocky did a dance at Wilkins for the variety show. And we had our white costumes with all the fringe. Yeah. So they looked kind of flappery.
I think I remember that.
And then Sobozinski, they did Kiss, Jim Sobozinski, I forget the other guys. They dressed up in the Kiss costumes.
Oh, wow.
Oh yeah.
Huh.
Do you remember?
Yeah, I do remember that.
Wow.
So yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
that
too
was
bad
pretty
video.
cool.
They didn't roll video.
That
back
is funny that you remember that, Tracy, when they
Yeah,
did,
it
they were
really stands
being
out in
like
my
the
mind.
Go-Go's.
Yeah, it just stands out in my mind. It's almost
I
like
remember
can still hear
exactly
her.
what Lisa was wearing. She had like blue nylons on and a blue shirt, and she had a brown leather skirt, and she had a
Wow.
headband on.
Oh my
Why
god.
is it we remember everything like that and I can't remember what I had for breakfast?
Well, here's the thing though. I haven't thought about that in I don't know how long.
And it pops up like that though, It's like,
Yeah, it's so weird. I remember Tom McGowan doing the ZZ Top song going, "Oh yeah. Oh yeah." It was so fun.
That's what I thought when I was watching before I started
Really cool.
joining the Zoom, is when I would watch the recordings. And then when you guys were talking about high school and stuff, it's like, oh my gosh, I do remember that. That's really weird. Something that you don't think of.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, that is really strange.
Yeah.
Laura, you look almost Dark Shadows.
Oh, wait. Well, you know what? I had to get up the cat.
I
Magnus.
like the look. I love it.
Dude.
It's really nice.
It's
Yeah.
an interesting lighting, yeah, for sure.
Well, it's just my cell phone because the other lights were
Really?
too bright.
Yeah, yeah.
Laura is lighting challenged. Dan, when I get my she shed all set up and I got the electric and the lights, we'll do a test. We'll get that lighting good. I'll bring my skeleton down and have
Huh.
some character.
You got to do a show and tell next show on the fabrication.
I think we should take turns doing that every week. Somebody it's got to be their turn to do a show and tell.
Well,
Yeah,
you don't want to see
I made puzzles. Those turned out kind of cool.
those were nice.
That's
I put any
nice.
kind of picture on them, and I made wine koozie thingies with Rick.
Those were
and some
cool.
shirts. And I printed out something that he'll be modeling one of the shows.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah,
So what did you guys do? Is like a Zoom call or what?
yeah. We
We
talk on
FaceTime.
Messenger.
On
Oh,
Messenger. That's
Yeah.
Rick's favorite way.
Yeah,
But I was thinking, I actually need, that's why we were talking about you yesterday, Dan. It's like, I really want to have a camera that could like show one area and then show another. I don't know what people do when you watch the YouTubers when they're doing things. Some
Like
of them
remote.
have those. Yeah, so I could like click and
You
switch.
mean like this?
From, yeah, like what you do.
yeah.
Switcher.
That's it. It's just the
See,
switch.
Dan's
Well,
a pro to,
Yeah.
Dan's been doing
I mean,
that
if
for
you
30
want to
years.
have a camera that's doing stuff while you're doing stuff, you should get one of those GoPros. Have a hat on and put it up here, and it's
That you didn't do bad yesterday though. I mean, for just a phone, Laura.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we had fun. He like kept me company and we chatted and craft. So
it's nice.
maybe
isn't
we'll
it?
have to, maybe we need to do a Dan's Garage shirt and we'll like print them and make them and then send them.
Oh, that'd be cool.
That would be
snatch
really
the
cool.
glasses we don't
He's
have.
already got the logo.
Yeah, I know. So I was printing off my sublimation printer and then I put it on a shirt and he saw the
Gina, what are
shirts
you
that I was-
pulling out of your eyeball?
Nothing. I'm playing with the thing.
Scaring me.
I'm getting
And for
myself
my next
Botox.
trick, I'm gonna pull
Huh?
this out of my eyeball.
Yeah, like what the fuck is she
Excuse me
doing?
while I whip this out.
Okay, here it is.
Like
Look,
one
I
of them
got that out.
Brazilian forest eyeball worms.
See, on my phone, I don't get to see everybody at once. That's why I don't like the phone.
Right. That's
And
why I
in
don't like the
38
phone.
states,
Yeah, that's why I don't like the phone either. I like the
But I was-
laptop. Hey,
My
so have you
laptop
guys,
was good.
have you heard about the, I think it's today it starts or tomorrow, the Hot Sauce Fest or something in Joliet?
No.
No.
There's a hot sauce
Yeah.
fest out here.
Yeah, my son is going
Let's make
tomorrow.
plans.
So,
Really?
I know
Yeah.
in August coming up, they have the Gladiola Fest, if any of you guys are interested here. It's a weekend of everything at Island Park.
Isn't this
Oh,
weekend
really?
in Peatone the Balloon Fest?
yeah,
I think
that's
so, yeah.
That'd be
tomorrow.
cool.
Yeah.
I'd like to do that.
You know,
Hot air balloon?
there's a
you
balloon
would-
fest in Lisle too,
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
that's supposed to be
There
really
is.
nice.
and
fun.
that thing has like big acts that go there.
You would go up in one of them?
I would.
Oh no.
Oh, hell
It's
no.
on my bucket list to go up and
Oh,
hot
no.
air balloon.
$200 to go in.
No, with
Star
my
says
luck,
it's
just
like 200.
bird it, pop a hole in it, man.
It'd be
Yeah.
cool to see. I don't know if I'd go up though.
Huh?
Hey,
The
Gina,
name of my
Yes.
team when I was in
It
sales was the
is-
High Flyers.
You went
Third
up in one,
annual-
Laura?
No, I want to. I did a helicopter ride.
What is that, Gina?
It's the hot sauce fest.
yeah, I was
Oh,
just gonna
okay.
tell you on Chicago Street. I know where that is.
Something to drink. It's like
Hey, if you go, Gina, get me a couple bottles.
this was.
What time is it at? 4 p.m.
Oh, man.
Ooh,
Yeah.
4 p.m. to
Wonder if I
11.
Want a Snapple or something?
Yeah, I'd like a snap.
Today or tomorrow?
I don't mean to
Wow.
make, but I'm kind of, contingent here.
Well, Marty and I one year with his friend and his friend's now wife. We went to Hot Dog Fest.
Oh, really? Where
Yeah,
at?
in
I've been to a
downtown.
couple of those, Gina.
Yeah, but that's called an orgy. There's a little difference.
Wiener Fest.
We never talked about the orgy.
That's a whole nother show.
Oh my.
The cold.
Special
That's the
edition.
one that Dan has the special password for.
Was there
Oh,
like
yeah.
a lot of
That's
flesh?
the one we don't record.
Is there a lot of,
UM, not OME.
were there a
That's
lot
what
of
I'm saying.
body parts and?
Well,
Laura, is that where you went on the helicopter ride?
To the hot dog fest? No. Yeah, it went up and down and up and down and up and
I
down.
bet it did.
Nice.
oh,
No, I just, I have no filter, just like that shirt I showed you last night.
That's
Caution,
what-
I have no filter.
Filters
Things
suck.
Go.
this
Things
is
just-
respectable. Sorry.
Yeah,
That's why I'm here, because you respect the same way I do.
that's right.
Oh, well,
And you even let me use my nice voice.
we let you use your sexy voice.
That voice is,
How you doing?
it makes
Like
me
I said-
warm all over.
It warms
Well,
the
I'm
cockles of
glad.
your heart.
Ooh.
It
I'm
does,
so glad
man.
we,
Hey, does
Ooh.
it give you a tingling
She
between your
used to say,
thighs,
"Warms your
Rick?
cock." Hey,
Yeah.
My boys start doing the march.
The
No.
march.
I'm
Yeah.
so glad. I'm so
then he
glad
goes,
your boys
hee hee.
enjoy that.
Oh, don't smile so much. We can see you.
You know,
He's rocking his chair more.
like, what's my favorite animal?
This is gonna be a bad joke.
No, what's my favorite animal?
Is this a
a
trivia?
rooster.
Beaver.
I was gonna guess beaver.
I know you were.
I know you are, but
I was going to say gato.
is your favorite animal thirsty?
No, but they're wet.
The thirsty beaver?
The wet beaver.
Hey, now.
There's a bar called the Thirsty Beaver.
Yeah,
Yes, there
yeah,
is.
yeah.
In
My run to
Crestwood, I think.
Yeah, my run to the pub group, they like to show up there every now and then.
Can you get me a T-shirt?
Yeah, I
I asked my cousin if she'd get me one, and
Yeah.
she hasn't gotten it yet.
Is that coming with your
Is she-
dukes?
Is she a run to the pubber?
Huh?
Is she run to the pub? Does she belong to run to the pub?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
I think she runs to the fridge for the beer.
It's a drinking club with a running problem.
Yeah,
Really?
not too many of my family run.
We used to have in college, it was called Tetka. It was the Thursday evening torpedo club, and everybody would pitch in however much money they could, and then you would go to the liquor
so-
store and you would buy the most liquor that you could buy. And then the night wasn't over until you drank it all.
Wow.
One person?
No, like there were about 13 of us.
It was like
Oh,
peer
okay.
pressure palooza.
Oh my God. And
Where'd
the
you
only
go to
reason I
school?
got to go, because it was like guys, but the only reason I got to go because my boyfriend had the apartment in town that we used to drink at all the time.
Where'd you go to
Yeah.
school?
That was Lincoln College in Lincoln, Illinois for my first
Nice.
2 years, because it was only a 2 year. Then I went to DePaul University in Greencastle, Indiana.
Ah,
Oh,
nice.
Depaw.
Yeah, like dog's paw. Yeah.
Nice.
EAUW.
Yeah. You heard that one, Tracy?
I like college towns. Yeah, I haven't heard that school in a long time, but
Well, it was just a lot of, I was the first one in school, and there was just a lot of Greek. It was 90% Greek, and I was an upperclassman when I went and rushed, and that was the icky part. Because
I was a GDI. I had no interest in that.
I was a GDI. I rushed
I couldn't be bothered.
and I pledged.
And I ended up going to the parties anyway.
What is
Yep.
that, like witness protection?
GDI is goddamn independent. In other words, I'm
Oh.
not a group. But can you
Yeah.
imagine a campus 90% Greek?
Yeah, no.
There's a
And
lot of
all the-
octopus being eaten.
All the yuppie girls had the same little blonde bob, and everybody looked like a Stepford wife. They all like, ooh, and it was just, to me, it was like, where's our variety? And
It's
where's
weird
our
how that influence was still happening in our
Yep.
era.
Mhm.
Kind of like
So-
Animal House.
Like we were closer to that than we are to anything now.
Right.
It's bizarre. I still flip out over that. It's just the weirdest thing.
Well, clicks are an interesting thing. You know, I mean, there's nothing more than a high school clique that turns into college. That's what
It happens in everything. Like
Sure.
even my run clubs, the run clubs have their cliques. It's
Well, even
I
in your
never wanted to
neighborhood,
join a
you
club
know.
and then join a clique.
Yeah, I never was
know?
in a clique. I hated it.
Yeah, that was not my bag.
No, me either.
I did not like cliques.
It was not. No,
You know
I
what my
don't.
mom
Even
used-
now.
Yeah,
Well-
I don't go for it.
Well,
Your
my
mom
mom used
what?
to get upset with me. She'd say, "Why are you determined to mix two different types of groups? Like you have friends that are and go to college, and then you have, you know, blue collar friends, and you mix them. Why do you do that? You're asking for trouble." But it never actually was trouble. It always actually worked out. She's like, "I don't know how you get away with it." I'm like, "Oh,
Yeah.
It's a
I just
skill,
like
I think,
everybody.
that you have. It's a skill that you have. You
yeah."
know, you have that ability. It's
Well,
part
yeah,
of you.
I've had
Yeah,
a lot
but
of fun.
everybody has something to offer. And to me, it's that diversity that is kind of
Well, it's
fun.
not only it's not well, it is what you have to offer, but more importantly, how receptive other people are. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Because you can
Yeah.
offer a bunch of stuff, but if people aren't receptive to it, then,
Yeah, and some people are just automatically not receptive.
right?
I mean, I enjoy variety and spice of life, and man, there's just all
Argo
kinds of.
was a big melting pot
It
of
really
everybody.
was.
Yeah, it
And
was.
it still
It was
is.
fun.
Did you see that video?
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw Tony Alonso put that video out. It's about the school, and I didn't even get to see it. I kind of watched it without listening to it, so I want to listen to it. But it, you know, they just like every kid and every teacher is just like some different walk of life, and
Yeah,
they're all
I'm
there.
thankful for that, though.
I am.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was a great experience. I mean, going to college just sort of affirmed, you know, that high school experience in a lot of ways.
And my
Yeah,
first 2 years of college were good. The last two, with all those, you know, icky, yucky people. I mean, it was fun because I made some really good lasting friendships.
Yeah.
But the other part was just that looking down on you because you didn't come from a wealthy family. You didn't travel. But
Yeah.
yeah.
But
you
I
know, you think that's
survived.
just in movies. That's for real. That really happens.
Yeah. How about it?
But it's a life lesson. And then I'll be able to share with, you know, nieces, nephews, cousins, or people who want to learn more about it.
All right.
The only club I was ever in was our car club.
Okay. Was that a loose, like just like a neighborhood thing?
Yeah, pretty much. It was
Okay.
called the Southside Street Machines.
Nice.
But we would have
Not
had
the
like
street creatures.
T-shirts and go up to Duke's and
Yeah.
things
And
like
then you
that.
have, wasn't it like Dire Motors? Weren't they like a big?
I remember
Was
those
that-
T-shirts. Like everybody had a T. I never had one.
There's
But everybody else
charge
had it.
blowers.
The Dyer Blowers, right?
Yeah.
They were right in
I
front
hung
of
out with their son,
Mhm.
Terry. Well, Kathy dated him.
It would have been fun to have the T-shirt. I never had one.
Yeah, but the T-shirts were very, very popular though. Everybody. had
Oh
them.
God, like
I did.
all sorts of folks were wearing those.
Yeah. Actually, I never had one either. But
I never had one. Yeah.
everyone except for me and Tracy and
Well,
Laura.
that's
had one.
bizarre that you didn't have one because of your, you know, enthusiasm for automotive. And
You know what though? I'm not like one that advertises other people's shit. I'd rather have my own
Okay.
stuff.
I know where
what
you're
I mean?
going.
Hey,
with
Wayne
that.
Campbell,
Right.
I know where you're going with that.
little, yellow,
But
different.
that's why normally
You're not a
any-
logo guy.
right. Anytime I do anything, I always try to make my own logo, and I'd rather wear my own stuff.
Okay. That's cool.
why I've got the EKD hat. I've got the McGee's woodworking. I've got all that stuff that, you know, when I was doing all my businesses, I would get my own stuff. Like even the Dan's Garage, I made sure that I came up with a cool logo to go along with it.
Yeah. What can you talk about the logo?
Sure.
Describe it and what it signifies.
Well, I mean, it's just originally this whole thing, which I still do. Dan's Garage was going to be a place to hang out, but you could also learn some stuff there if you wanted to. Like
Yeah.
I would do videos on. I've got a couple of them out right now, like how to do some woodworking, like as far as doing laminating. Hardly anybody knows how to do laminating.
Oh,
Like
wow.
a lot of people know how to cut a piece of wood, nail it together, build birdhouses. Where I wanted to do stuff that you wouldn't really see, the average person would know.
Come here, bud.
Mm-hmm.
But that would be, that was part of it. But anything that you would find in a garage, that's what I wanted to do on this channel. That's why I
Yeah.
have bands, because you couldn't go, in our area, Bridgeview,
Oh, God,
there was
yeah.
a lot of garage bands.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So that's why I record bands in my garage.
I
because
met a
that's part of
lady-
garage.
I met a lady on set. She was in the wedding band, as an actor, but she brought her guitar and she proceeded to tell me, she has a website. She presents her music on the website, and she's actually moving from Chicago. She's lived in like the Beverly neighborhood. She's actually moving down into Nashville, near Nashville, really close.
Uh-huh.
And she's really trying to make a transition into a career of songwriting and at a very advanced age.
Well, that's where you got to go.
And yeah, she's going for it.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
love
I
it.
hope to introduce her to you, Dan, because I think that she would be up for doing the performance, doing a set, doing a performance, and actually coming to your place to do it at the
I
garage.
would love it.
Yeah, so I
Absolutely.
definitely want to touch base with you on that. She's a great lady, and I had a chance to meet her, and that's what I love about these acting assignments. You generally will get a chance to meet somebody you've never met before, and you're just really, it's very captivating to meet people that are creative and kind of have that spark of wanting to do things creative.
Well, it is interesting hanging out with, like, not that there's nothing wrong with normal people that do 9 to 5 or whatever jobs,
Yeah.
but I really enjoy hanging out with artistic people.
Yeah, it's
No matter what they do, whether it be an actor.
They've got a different mentality about it.
Well, they do.
yeah, it's hard to describe. It's just it's a feeling.
They're never in a hurry.
Well,
Yeah, I mean,
and again, it's a lot of it is a whole nother way of thinking too.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's their creative brain versus their, analytical.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I love looking, talking to some of these people because I'm just in awe of what they can do.
right. Yeah, it's amazing, like musicians in particular, how, they had to make those decisions of, do you go and get, practical work? Do you go down that path, or do you pursue the dream? And then, obviously the ones that somehow became successful at it, they obviously made that choice. And it's a very compelling story because I think there's probably a
Well,
lot.
that Tracy, and they had the backing of their parents and their families. And
Yeah, I think some did and then some didn't, There's a couple of really good podcasts that I listen to. And it happens right now that there's an interview out with Daryl Hall, from Hall and Oates. But then there's also an interview with Peter Frampton. And Frampton's father was like, no, you're not going to go do that. He was like a prodigy. I mean, he was like age 12. He could play guitar like a session musician. And then
I
he
used to have
joins
a
us.
poster of him in my closet.
Oh, yeah. And he was really easy on the eyes. He talks about that. And it's interesting because of just the sheer talent. And then just the idea that he went for it at a very young age, too. He's in his teenage years. He's in school, And he literally talks about, wearing shorts, at the school uniform in the shorts and then going and playing in a band at night,
Well,
Really cool
you talk
story.
you talk about parents and their backing. That group Liliac, if you guys heard of them,
No.
Yeah, Dan
Dave?
showed us.
their whole family is musicians, and their father's a musician and a producer.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So he told them at young ages, you play this, you play that, get interested. He got them interested in it.
Wow.
Now they're touring.
It's
They're-
kind of like a Partridge Family, but a real family that does it.
Yeah, heavy metal too.
Right.
Okay. Yeah.
So
interesting.
while I was down in Florida, I went to an art gallery called Wyland Studio. Okay, can you guys see the picture?
Yeah.
It's hard to see because it's probably small.
It's small.
Right, but that's a picture of John Lennon.
Oh, wow.
And that
Really?
circle says Imagine.
Oh, yeah. I recognize that now that
Really?
you said that.
So in all the like the bush trees and stuff,
Yeah.
you've got all the other Beatles.
Oh, no
I
kidding.
can see it. Yeah.
I wish we could see it bigger.
Yeah, well, you guys will be able to someday. Because I'm buying this.
He's just gonna have a
wow.
little blue pill first.
I love it so much.
Huh.
So the studio, I walk into this studio and it's just, it's a professional studio. And we see all this really awesome stuff. And at the very back of the gallery, they have this picture that's like 3 foot by like almost 4 foot. And then they have it lit just right. And it's that picture. And I didn't even know it was John Lennon. I just love the colors and the picture of it.
The
Oh,
picture.
wow.
So I walk up to it and started looking at it, and my sister walked up after me and she said, "Oh, that's John Lennon."
Wow.
And then she picked it right out.
Huh.
But you guys aren't going to be able to see it because it's too small of a picture. But
Okay.
the picture even has Pete Best in it.
Huh.
Oh, wow.
Who's the lady?
Yeah, I was trying to figure that
No
out.
one knows who that is. Some
Really?
people say it's supposed to depict Yoko, but it's not.
Dude.
But this
Wow,
artist-
look at them in the back mixed in the trees.
Yeah, you didn't see that? It's
No,
pretty
not
cool.
until now, obviously.
Dar thinks it's Austin Powers. Yeah, baby. Do your
Wow. Dan, what does it say on the, what does that say next to his foot?
Imagine.
Oh,
Who is it, Lennon?
I just
Yes.
jumped in.
Yeah, once you said the pattern, then I recognize it.
It was either that or I thought it was Johnny Depp when he was the man.
So the artist name is Michael Chevelle. He's actually from Russia.
Okay.
So he was in Russia, and being in Russia, it's hard to be an artist
Yeah.
because they're very, very they don't trust you because artists are very political, no matter
Yeah,
where you
right.
go.
They're
Yeah,
not
right.
industrial enough.
They're against the state.
Right. So, anyways, he worked as a professional artist, but not doing like paintings like that. And then he moved to Germany, and then did art there, and that's where he started really, doing his like freelance art stuff, not the commercial. And now he actually lives in New York. But he's going to be down in Florida in like December, I think like 9th through the 11th, I think he's going to be down there. So I'm going to go down there and meet him.
Oh, wow.
Is it
That's
signed?
awesome.
Yeah, well, this isn't an original. The original one, I couldn't even tell you. I mean, it's probably 20 grand or something for an original.
Yeah.
But these are prints, and they're numbered prints. They only do
Wait,
certain
Oh,
of
that's
them.
good.
It's beautiful, even though it's a print. The colors, like, unbelievable.
Yeah, but again, you're seeing it, via
Like
Zoom.
one-dimensional.
You should see this thing in real
In
life.
person,
It's
yeah.
amazing.
Oh,
Isn't it amazing how they light those too? They don't just the right light.
Yeah, well,
Mhm.
the guy, the curator, I guess you'd call him, the art curator, he took us into this room and then took the big picture and put it on this black wall.
Mm.
And then he took they're 10-degree spots, and he kind of just moved them around just right. And all of a sudden,
Wow.
this thing just comes alive.
Oh,
Oh
wow.
my God.
So lighting is everything when you're,
Oh,
when you're
absolutely.
doing a really cool picture like
Yep.
this.
Yeah.
Have you picked a spot to put it?
It's the one I'm gonna get's a pretty big one.
Mm.
So I think I'm gonna end up doing an easel thing.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
You know what I mean?
Like a
Yeah.
display.
Yeah, that'd
easel
be
with a
nice.
light on
Right.
it.
It'll be on an
Yeah.
easel, and then there'll be lights in the ceiling, just
Yeah.
going coming down. But I'll be able to move it if I want to, because I have no wall space to do it. I was thinking about putting it over Johnny Cash, but it's
But he's
No.
giving you the finger.
it's gonna
Yeah.
look stupid over there. I think
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
he's already flipping
it
you off.
needs its own space, so to speak.
Yeah.
To do it any justice.
but I can't
Or to
wait
do
to
it any
get it.
bridge view.
I can't wait to get it just to see all the hidden stuff in it.
Tracy, that was fucked up.
I've been doing that line for years. There ain't
Sorry,
no
Dan.
justice.
I'm sorry, Dan.
I missed
What
it.
line was
There
that?
ain't no justice. There
I
ain't no
said
bridge
put
view
it in the
either.
corner wouldn't do it any justice, and then
Oh,
Tracy said,
Come on, Trace.
Go ahead, Tracy.
Oh, it was, you can't do justice, you can't even do Bridgeview.
oh,
Oh.
Oh, I never said that.
Yes, you did.
Oh.
yes, you did.
Oh.
That's my sister.
Throw him under
Okay,
the
I
bus.
said it. I said it. I said it. I said it. All right, I said it.
He forgets a lot of things,
burn.
but he was that lip.
That's a justice burn.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Well,
See?
you know,
Yeah,
there is no justice in
what
justice.
do you expect when you grow up on the mean streets?
I'm a product of the mean streets, let me tell you.
Vanilla Ice.
There's something.
Trace barely made it out of there.
Barely. Barely. Yeah.
Not unscorned though.
It took Dar to get me out.
I was from the Happy Hickory Hills.
Oh man, you're upper class.
I'm a social climber.
Well, you know, I married. I
A
went.
lot of poopy pants people.
I
Thank
went
God,
from,
and her window was like, at the level of the ground. You didn't have to climb.
Well, I came from the poor part of Bridgeview and then married Mary because she had a brick house in the rich part of Bridgeview.
Yeah,
Yeah.
now you're trying to say you was from the ghetto?
She was living.
Yeah.
What's the
Yeah,
rich
no,
part of Bridgeview?
Anywhere
Okay,
that
where
they
we
have all
live.
the brick houses.
We had brick houses,
Right.
not siding.
Yeah, the St. Fabian district.
And sidewalks too.
Yeah, boy, oh boy.
Yeah, we didn't have sidewalks. In
No
Justice.
sidewalks where I came
We
from.
didn't have sidewalks on our three houses.
We
there.
had the ditch.
Yeah, we had the ditch. That's right.
Yeah.
We just had the grass went up to the curb and that was it.
We had a sidewalk. We were
What are
special.
those funny things those people
Man,
do?
sidewalks. Dude.
Sidewalks are for sissies.
There's only a street light at the end of our street and one right in front of our house.
And one block over was a prairie.
No, the prairie was right
Not
across
even
the
one
street.
block over, across the street.
Yeah. We had one on the next block.
So we had the
Is-
prairie across the street and the railroad tracks at the end of the street. So there is literally no traffic or anything.
And then they built houses on the prairie. My sister ended up buying one of them.
Was it a little house?
Yeah, right.
Oh, I knew that was coming.
Bad mom joke. There was the farmer's field in Old Justice, like went along the refinery, just
Oh,
past
okay.
Archer, and they built a whole bunch of houses back that way.
Yeah.
And a lot of them started sinking into the ground
Oh my
and
God.
having foundation trouble because
Wow.
it was swampy under there, I guess.
Yeah.
Poltergeist.
Yeah, it could be from Resurrection, maybe Mary was coming
Oh
over.
my God.
Well, a lot of that area is actually not necessarily where you're talking, but in that area, that's all a floodplain.
Recycle?
Yep.
There's some really nice houses that they built on the floodplain.
Yeah, stupid.
How did that get allowed? It's like, how do these things happen?
Well,
It's like,
the bottom line is the builders go in, they say I want to build it, and then justice says sure, why not?
Yeah, that was a bad place for houses.
A friend of mine has a house there, a big ass house. He's got 3 pumps that
Man,
keeps the stuff out of the basement,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
and they run a lot.
yeah, I'll bet. Think of that electric bill.
Yeah, but he's got like 2 backups. No, he's got 1 backup and then 2 that run all the time.
Wow.
Not
Damn.
constantly, but at least a couple times an hour.
That's
I'm
crazy.
thinking, if you're gonna have a big, beautiful house, why do you want to do it there?
Huh.
I guess you know what it is. It was a lot of the Polish builders went in there and they bought all that land for almost nothing.
Yeah.
And these guys were putting up these big, really big houses. And a
Yeah.
lot of them lived in them.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
The Highlanders.
Right, exactly. Absolutely.
There's a lot of them out this way. And the houses are big.
Yeah, this one's really big. I bet you it's probably 5,000 square feet at least.
During the pandemic, I was doing these walks from where I live, and I was just kind of going through the different neighborhoods on the west end of Palos Hills, and it's like some of these homes are incredible, and they're really tucked away too. They're not on busy streets or anything. You really gotta
And
go.
some of them are old and lots of like beautiful trees and things like that.
Yeah, there's some really interesting.
That's
real
what's
estate.
interesting about Joliet. You have literally all 3 classes in Joliet. You have the poor, the middle class, and the upper class. Depending on where you are in Joliet, they've got some unbelievably beautiful homes out here. And then, your regular, like I have just a regular house, and then there's the not so good houses. So
And then you could have the meth trailers by us. Oh, look at that. I could make like,
Wow.
Oh,
Can you do a rabbit?
and
Ah! That's just what this show needs, a puppet show. Ah! Very
that's all I
crafty.
know how. Let's see. See my pinky, see my
Flip it
thumb,
out.
see my peace sign,
Hang loose.
-1.
Lovely. That was lovely.
Rick,
How old am I?
And on that note,
I'll never grow up.
I won't grow up.
And then I'm a Toys R Us kids.
yeah, right.
I don't
I'm-
want to grow up.
I miss that store.
We had one by us.
We
Do
never
you?
shopped there. We couldn't afford to shop there.
We just got the look. We didn't get to buy anything.
That's where the
Oh, yeah.
rich kids went to
No,
shop.
do you
Yeah.
remember when you get the Sears catalog and the Christmas, the wish book?
Yeah, oh
And you
yeah.
Oh,
circled
yeah.
it and
The
you,
look
like,
book.
passed it around.
I studied,
Yeah.
that was the book I studied the most, never mind the school books.
Yep.
There should have been a quiz on the Sears catalog. Oh yeah, page 42, second.
Tracy, were you studying toys or other things?
I'm sorry?
Were you studying the toys?
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of
Okay.
like it was all
The
fascinating.
braziers, that's what Rick was looking at, the braziers.
Yeah,
and
I
the
was
panties.
looking at the
Those
the
orthopedic torpedo ones.
thongs.
It was, the more you peruse, the more you learned about life. It was really something.
Gina, did you ever put your girls in any of those bras? Oh my God,
No.
it just makes them go kapee.
Yeah, you could poke out somebody's eye. Yeah, not now.
Why do you think Rick wears glasses?
Yeah. I'm going in,
Closer
guys.
view.
Instead of the, you can poke someone's eyes out with that. Can't have your Red Ryder BB gun. You can't
Well,
wear your torpedo
I go in.
bra
I go
tonight.
in
Shoot
with
your
the
eye
diving
out.
goggles. I go in with the diving goggles sometimes. Thank
Oh
God.
God.
What's going on? Oh,
You should be slapped.
I want to
I know.
Naughty.
spank me, mommy. Judy, are you blushing?
No, I'm not
blush.
blushing.
I think you're falling asleep.
I know, because she doesn't get off on porn, so that's why she's like, what are you talking about?
No, I'm up at 4 a.m.
Oh,
Judy.
I'm still up at 4 a.m.
Judy.
I just
then-
get tired.
I woke up at
Yeah.
2:30. I went to bed at 1:30 and I woke up at 3:30.
The
Oh my gosh.
I went to work at 6.
the
I don't know.
I hate when that
One
happens.
more day, 6:30 tomorrow. Saturdays I do 6:30.
Oh,
Oh,
What
think
time do you
about it.
get off at 2 then? Or 3?
Yeah. And today I trained somebody, so it made the day longer because I just sat and watched.
Oh
You
yeah. I
work
hate
full
that.
time there?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Not my, most favorite thing to do, but
You
it's
must
paying the bills.
deal with some cast of
fucking
characters.
kidding
I would
me.
imagine.
What was that?
You must deal with a real cast of characters.
Oh, absolutely. And that's my forte, so.
yeah, I've
Yes.
called Gina where she's at work. She's pretty good with them people.
Yeah, it doesn't
Yeah.
matter if you can speak English or if you can't, or
There's street creatures and then there's road creatures.
Well, you know what?
Yeah.
Gina was trained with my group of people, so she knows how to deal with,
people.
with a very diverse
With
group
different
of-
Like you
personalities.
people.
Yes.
What's the word you're looking for, man? There's
She's
a word
quick.
for it.
She's a quick thinker, quick on her feet. She'll just.
I can diffuse situations. I cause situations at my own home, but I can
Well,
diffuse.
you talked me out of
I
shooting
love
my
the irony
computer
of
that one
that.
night.
I talked you out of what?
Shooting the computer, remember that?
Yeah.
I was ready, man.
I'm a professional diffuser.
Cock locked and
Yeah.
ready to rock.
That sounds like, well, anyway. Yeah, you don't have a really bad temper.
Just when his
Yeah.
finger mouse fails him.
Oh God, that's like your kryptonite is AT&T, Dan. We all have that one trigger.
Well, I think it's impressive that Rick started doing this with Dan, knowing how he's not really like he's more tech savvy than he realizes, but it's not his,
Because he's
not-
almost smarter than a 5th grader.
Oh, that really hurt.
I'm
Ouch.
kidding. I'm kidding.
Yeah, I know. I
As
think
far as
Tracy felt that
technology-
too.
As far as technology goes, Rick.
Oh yeah, I know.
5th grade, now you're just bragging.
Yeah.
The funny thing is in life, probably what we learned in 5th grade was kind of like the stuff we would actually use.
That's when
Yeah.
it starts
And everything-
counting.
And then everything after that, maybe.
That's the grade I learned how to drop a pencil when Miss Thompson walked by.
Wow.
Now,
Wow. Ooh, now I don't even.
is that okay? So what age was that where you were like,
Was that at Bridgeview School?
when that you were like aware?
That was Bridgeview. Probably that the whole pencil thing.
So is
And
it
then
like
we got caught. We got caught, slapped.
What is
that
that,
was-
5th grade?
Yeah,
And
Fourth
that's
or
when
fifth?
Rick found out he liked it.
I like beaver.
He liked being slapped.
Yeah. Thank you, man. May I have another?
That's
There's
when he
something
got-
wrong with you, boy.
That's when he got his first tingle.
Yeah, like climbing the rope in gym class.
What does that mean?
Is that what you call it, Rick?
That's what I call it.
Come on, you want to climb my rope?
I still
Well,
love
now that you put it that way.
Porky's. I'd know that tallywhacker anywhere.
Oh, I
Oh
was
my God,
watching
that was a great
I was
movie.
watching the clip the
Yeah.
other day.
Was that Porky's?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's really
Porky's.
sad that we know just from that one thing exactly what movie you're talking about.
Well, how often
Sure
do
that
you hear
make sure that
Tallywhacker?
punches and spike.
I'm pretty sure I haven't seen it since.
Oh, Sheridan driving.
That was my first date with my
Really?
mom's friends from work's son to see if we could tolerate each other because he went to senior prom with me. I was too shy to ask the boy I really wanted to go with. So
Yeah,
it
my
was-
first movie was for a movie date with my prom date, actually ended up being was The Entity.
Yeah,
You hear it? Have you ever seen it?
no.
No?
I heard of it.
How did that date go?
Mine and Mary's was Indiana Jones.
Huh.
Yeah.
Oh, and that where all the snakes were in the pit. Or
Hey,
no,
Yeah,
Dar, do you remember the first movie we saw together?
And then we seen about 1,000 after that.
By Sidney J. Furie, starring
You think it was that?
Silver and Margaret
What movie?
No, we never saw Valley Girl at the show. No.
Here
We
we go.
definitely saw
Yeah,
Desperate
so he
Season
asked
3.
her, and then he tells us he's wrong.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
that ain't
yeah,
right.
yeah. Here it comes, man. Something's gonna fly out of the other room and hit you in the head.
I know I saw that on cable, a bunch of times.
Oh, that was definitely one of those. Once you see it, like it's on like every
it's flying.
like every single day.
Yeah, it's amazing how that was, where it just like
Or
literally
what was that?
you would watch, you could potentially watch it.
It's flying across the room.
Was that one of his
Yeah.
first movies?
Nicolas
Nicolas
Cage.
Cage?
Yeah.
He had a small part in Fast Times at Ridgemont High,
Yep.
and he was Nicky Coppola at that point. He wasn't Cage yet,
Right. Yeah. Because that's actually his real
and
name.
that was another like movie that was like every day. Like
Oh, I love that movie.
I
still love that
Stripes
movie.
was another one that was on every day. Oh man.
Fast Times at
Stripes was-
Ridgemont High. There's so many classic phrases from that.
Yeah, and
Like the big one for us was my dad has a what was it? My dad has a
my dad's
awesome
a
set of
television
tools or something.
repairman. He
Yeah,
has
yeah.
the ultimate set of tools.
yeah,
He
I
can
can fix
it.
it. Sean Penn was unbelievable.
Oh my
Spicoli.
god.
Who would have
I
thought
can't
that-
believe how talented he is, honestly.
Well, who would have thought
Yeah.
that guy,
I know.
Spicoli,
Yeah.
would have had the career that he had?
Yeah. It is pretty remarkable.
And even now, every now and then he'll like slide one in, and then he'll like disappear again. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
didn't he
it's
just do a
something.
movie like a year or so ago?
Well, he's a big activist, so he only does like really meaningful
Yeah.
stuff now.
Yeah.
I think the best movie he was ever in was At Close Range.
Yeah, okay.
I love that movie too. That
That was
Intense.
just brutal.
after we talked about that, I found it and then I watched it. Oh
Did
man,
ya?
is that good? Oh yeah,
It's brutal, isn't it?
it is.
I mean,
You know that that's based on true story. Do you know that?
I know.
Yeah, you
Well,
think
no.
about it in the current context, but it's hard to believe like him and Madonna.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
I think it was because remember Madonna was on the soundtrack for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. And it's like, it's amazing that they were a couple, and it's just, funny how things turn out.
Yeah.
Well, how about Ben and Jennifer?
Benefit.
Oh,
married.
yeah.
Was that
She needs,
They
two,
low-
she needs 2 more rings to tie Tom Brady.
When I seen that, I'm thinking, well, everyone knows that, not realizing that this is new.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was new. I don't really
I didn't know.
follow
I
those
honestly
things.
seen it. And I'm thinking, well, this is from like 20 years ago.
Yeah,
Well, they messed
talking-
around. They messed around a little while back.
He's happily married to what's her name?
Jennifer Garner.
Yeah, boy, she's a beauty, isn't she?
Yeah, she is.
Yeah, she is. I think she's pretty.
She asked me the one time, "What's in my pants?" I said, "Oh, I'll show you."
And all of a sudden, you hear a zip.
Yeah. Gina, what are you Googling?
Sean Penn's most recent movie.
Okay. He was in that one too with Tim Robbins, where they thought Tim Robbins killed his daughter. He ran a convenience store in New York. Kevin Bacon was in it. He was a detective. I can't think of the movie now.
What's it? Well, how long ago was it?
What there?
15 years, maybe.
Mystic River?
Mystic River. That's it. Thanks,
Oh,
Tracy.
give Dar the
Is
point.
that the one that somebody didn't, weren't they, somebody was hiding, they buried themselves in the yard?
No, that was with that was Kevin Bacon, but that's where he was digging the backyard, and the girl was buried in the wall of his house.
Oh, wow.
And he kept seeing. He went to that psychic, and he saw the girl's ghost.
No, this
And
one was
all
like,
the ghost said was dig.
Oh, garbage.
no, there was this one where the lady,
If you don't mind.
I don't know, her son was goofy or something, and they thought it was him, and his name was, I'm gonna say.
That was Mystic River.
That's it?
Yeah, he was the girl. The
Were they
boyfriend.
hiding under, like, they made a little thing under there and the car
And his
was
little
on top of
his
it?
little brother ended up killing.
Because he was autistic and he didn't want
What it
him
was?
her to go away to school.
Mm-hmm.
Mystic River.
But they thought Tim Robbins did it.
It's a 2003 movie directed by Clint Eastwood, starring Sean Penn, Tim Robbins, and Kevin Bacon.
I forgot that Clint Eastwood directed that movie.
Yeah.
Clint Eastwood directs some good movies.
Oh, he did. He had some
Yeah.
great movies.
Yeah.
He's like Rob Reiner.
Oh,
The
yeah.
movies that they pick to direct are always hits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's,
Me too.
what's his name too? Ron Howard.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Elite.
Yeah.
The
One
real-
day we're gonna have Dan's garage and Tracy won't be on because he'll be off in Hollywood and we'll be talking about,
he'll be
the
calling in
movie.
from
Yeah,
the
he'll be a
side.
big shot that doesn't have time for us.
He'll
I'm
be
gonna
talking
have to
about the
really get my
directors
shit
that he's
together.
working with.
Yeah.
He'll be like, guess who's directing the movie I'm in, guys?
Oh,
And,
man.
Yeah.
and his secretary will be like, "Sir, there's a Rick on the phone." I don't know any fucking Rick.
I worked with a
Oh.
director.
What a dick.
I worked with
Yeah.
a director the last
Uh-huh.
2 days. His name is Jay Duplass. It's Duplass. I don't know if you've heard of him.
No,
Younger
it
guy. Younger
doesn't ring
guy.
a bell.
Jay Duplass.
I think it's kind of cool that you get to be creative like that and you're getting roles and because it's
And
not
you're
an
getting
easy
paid for it.
business.
That's the
Yeah,
beauty
it's
part.
sort of like you're paid
Yeah.
to have fun, and but you be professional about it, and then you don't know where it's gonna go, who you're
Yeah.
gonna be standing next to, who you might interact with. That's the adventure of it. I love
And-
the idea that it can go somewhere.
And the people you're going to meet on Chicago PD and just being in like a crew like that, it's going to be awesome.
Yeah. it is.
Yeah.
I'm hopeful, that it. I'm really, really hoping that it'll transition into some really cool stuff, and having
That would be good.
good interactions with guys. And I've
We
already
get free
had
movie.
some-
Well, we get free tickets and shit, right?
To a
if
Oh,
TV
yeah.
show.
Yeah,
anything I can do,
that'd be cool.
anything I can do. But
We could do the waving shit for you.
Well, when your friend is coming to Nashville, my one friend, he's a studio musician in Nashville. He'll wait tables at night. I know him I don't know if he'd be able to show her around or introduce him. I'll have to call him and just see, because he's the one whose dad played on Scrubs that I was talking about before.
Oh wow, yeah.
But yeah, he plays the drums. They call him Sticks, and
Oh, how cool.
mm,
That's
he's
awesome.
a really fun, loving kind of person, and he's more mature. He's like our age, he's a couple years older than me.
Yeah, the networking, the musical networking it's got to be incredible. I mean, it's just like everybody, how they tie in with each other, and songwriters hooking up with
Kind of got to know
songwriters.
somebody to
Yeah,
get
it's a
you, like,
different society.
at
Yeah.
least to somewhere. So I'll have to talk
just
to
to play in the key bars, you got to know.
Yeah.
Because
Mhm.
Nashville's just full of talent. Because
Oh,
Yeah,
God,
right.
yeah.
And it's growing by leaps and bounds.
now, when we were growing up, probably more me than you guys, but in the 1970s, you would go out to L.A.
Yep.
Yeah,
where, you know,
that was
was
the scene.
right. The Troubadour, you would go there and
The
Right.
Whiskey a Go-Go.
right, you hit those clubs.
That was the
Well, it
scene.
depends on what kind of music you're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, now Nashville, you go there for rock too now.
Yeah, it's a melting pot. Is my
What was
understanding.
the Fillmore?
On each
The
coast.
Fillmore was big too.
Yeah, the West in San Francisco and
Yeah.
East in New York.
Yeah.
You know, Daryl Hall had to leave Philly and went to New York, and he met John Oates that way.
Well, it's
Sammy
really
Hagar
cool.
Sammy Hagar did something at the Whiskey a Go-Go not too far back, where they just put it out word of mouth. It was him and Michael Anthony,
Oh,
you know,
cool.
Sammy and the Sturkle, and they just put word of mouth out. And by the time showtime came around, the cops had to shut them down before they even started because there were so many people lined up.
Wow.
You know, Sammy's a big deal down in Cabo.
Sammy's
friend-
a really good. He's really big.
You ever go to Cabo?
No, but he's got his tequila factory down there.
Yeah, so my
Him
friend
and,
Charlie has a place down there.
Him and Guy Ferrari
and they're buddies.
got together on their tequila.
Oh, no kidding. Yeah, you know,
Yeah.
my buddy Charlie, he's into that. I think it's called Santo.
Yeah, yeah.
He promotes Santo. He's involved in it. And he knows Sammy Hagar.
And then you got the other guy, Richard Rollins, is into the tequila too.
Oh, no kidding. So
The
they're all
Gas
sort
Monkey
of,
tequila. Yeah.
they must all be in sort of cahootsy with each other.
Well, they got all that money and they don't know what to do with it. You know.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's start making tequila.
I don't think I'll ever have that problem.
It'd be a nice problem to have, wouldn't it?
I don't know. I don't know.
You know, money's good, but if too much fame, you have no more.
Yeah.
private
If I
life
hit the
at all.
Powerball, Laura's getting 100,000 square foot
You know
warehouse.
that phrase, the grass is always greener.
Yeah.
Sometimes
Water
you
your
just
own
gotta-
grass.
Sometimes you just got to step back and say, "Hey, this shit's pretty good," you know. So it's not that complicated, you know. Just it's good, you know. I had those feelings the last couple of days, just kind of hanging out with folks and
You know,
looking
it's
out
funny
onto
too,
the bean fields, you know.
because people go, "What would you do with $600 million?" I said, "Well,
Yeah.
I could get what I want." You know.
Yeah, but you know what you want right now might not be. You wouldn't give a shit in a few years.
With $600 million, buddy. Oh man,
Yeah,
I'd have every
We all get a
toy.
million.
Toys, man.
We all get a million, right, Rick?
You get more than that.
I'm not a toy guy. That's not my bag.
Oh, I love toys.
Yeah, I know
Dan-
you do. I'm yeah.
Dan, you're gonna get a Hellcat on a lawn tractor.
You're like toy of the day.
It's
love
gonna
toys.
be one of a kind. A 3.5 second quarter mile.
You know what?
tractor.
I just buy a lot of stuff that I couldn't afford when I was growing up.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know. That would be cool.
Yeah, but the only thing is, he
Not
says
really
that
driven by it.
the factory that I'll have, he was telling me that I have to hire all women, and I said, well, you know what? It's not fair that you would get eye candy, Steve would get to see all those beautiful women. So I figured, well, we're gonna have to do, for every woman that's hired for you and Steve to look at, I get at least maybe one man or half a man.
And I told you we
So
can
what are you,
negotiate.
like a midget? Is that what you're talking?
Dan, we live in uncertain times.
Yeah, what constitutes a half a man?
Well, I'd have to wait till, they had a couple extra women, like for every, instead of 2 to 1, it would be like, for every 2 women, we bring
Yeah,
in half.
listen to the CEO sitting there over there. Yeah.
And what did I tell you? He told me.
Where's my fuck HR
So what
t-shirt?
is CEO? Chick executive officer?
Oh, careful. Misogyny alert. Misogyny alert. You have been warned.
Wow.
Misogyny alert. Unless it's edited.
Align the staff. Yeah. Yeah.
Let's
No.
alert all the stations along the network.
We'll have fun. So
It will
Rick,
be fun.
don't forget to buy the ticket so we can all.
Yeah,
Have
and I'm
fun.
gonna have a golf cart that I drive around the factory. little horn on
I
it.
have a completely non-related question. How do you guys eat your M&Ms?
One at a time.
What do you mean?
Oh, I have to have the same color and it has to be even amount. Oh, I'm like really
Wow,
weird.
you really are. Yeah, that's.
Yeah, so
I just
Well,
shove
I
it
have
into
some-
my
What
mouth.
color do you eat first?
Well,
it doesn't
depends on the
matter. I have
flavor.
to have 2 red,
I'm equal
one on each
opportunity.
side. I have to
Oh.
chew it
Really?
chew on one side and then chew the other one. And it
This
all
could be a
has to
whole
be
show,
even.
Judy.
I can't.
What?
I
This
grab
could be a whole
few-
show.
I grab.
Well,
I'm not-
Gina, what kind
Yeah,
of
I'm
M&Ms?
not-
Is it
Plain or
regular
peanut?
No.
peanut?
Regular M&Ms, right?
I-
Do you like them frozen, like cold, or?
I prefer peanut because I like nuts.
Yeah,
And then I
bet
put
you
them
did.
in my mouth and I suck the color off first.
No, I like the M&Ms when they're actually soft.
There we
but
go.
Right out of the refrigerator.
There you go.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, wow.
I like
I
I like
prefer-
them.
I'll take them any way I can
I'll
get
take
them.
any color, but
Yeah.
I'll always eat the black ones last.
Black.
The brown ones?
Brown.
Brown ones?
Brown, I
If
mean.
if they're black, they're way out of date, dude. You're gonna get a
You know what?
belly
I
ache.
just grab a few and shove them into my mouth
Yeah.
and
That's what she said.
move along. I
Laura,
ain't worried
Laura
about
said
none of that. Although I bet when I was a kid, I probably was like, sorting them and whatever.
You want to hear something that's pretty? I lost it when this happened, but I
learned to let
laugh
go.
about it now. My stepson, he hated peanuts, right? And he grabbed a bag of M&M peanuts and walked into his room. And I'm thinking, okay, I'll give him 20 minutes. So I go in there. I go, "What are you doing with the peanut M&Ms?"
He's spitting the
And
nuts
he's,
out.
he's got a mouthful of it. I said, "All right, what'd you do with the peanuts?" And he just gave me the look. And I says, "Listen, I'm gonna give you one more chance to answer." So he lifts his pillow and he's putting them under his pillow.
all the peanuts.
I lost it, man. This fatherhood shit, this is bullshit, blah, blah, blah. The ex runs in. She starts beating him with her flip flop. I said, "Oh, man, it's out of control." I said, "Don't ever do that again, dude."
Ah,
Wow,
By the plane.
just think if it was like a Mars bar or something.
Oh, my God. I would hide in the closet when he'd come in with his TV, and I had a remote that worked on it too. And he'd be watching his Cartoon Network, and I'd switch it over to Fox News or CNN. And he'd look at it and go, "I'm going to hit it." A couple minutes later, I'd do it again. He's like, and finally I got to say, "Son of a bitch." This fucking remote, he's hitting it. And I yelled from the closet, "What did you just say?" And he's like,
You're mean.
I did that to Steve when I first was coming over to his house here.
Messed with him.
I get hot, and so I bought a little fan with a remote control for the bathroom. So when I get ready, I don't become a sweaty mess. And so he's like, "Yeah, I'll put that up for you." So he puts it up and then he hits the button. Then I hit the power button on the remote, and I told him it was a remote control, but he forgot. So I clicked the button off, and then he's like tapping it back on. I click it off. And after the third time, I just couldn't not laugh. He's like, "I'm all ready to just start pulling it apart," because he's very mechanical. And I didn't understand that part of him then. I mean, I laughed so hard. His brother-in-law is like, I could just see him trying to tear it all apart in his brain. Like, why isn't it working?
Yeah.
But it's
Yeah,
kind of fun.
Did you guys ever see I think it was like an Instagram or something, or a TikTok or something, where the husband is like, she's like, "I don't have a remote to close the garage." So he's like, "Okay." So he'd press the garage door and he'd run really fast to get underneath it. And then she'd click it and then it would open, and he'd be like, "What the?"
Oh,
and
yeah.
he's starting to get pissed, and he's trying to get back to the car as fast as he could. And he kept going back home.
All right,
Funny for them.
what do you guys call this?
A remote.
Remote.
Okay, when did you start calling it a remote versus a clicker? Have you guys ever called it a clicker?
When
No.
it was for
Remember.
TV, for the big, huge TVs, then they were
Exactly.
clickers.
The first remote we ever had was called a clicker.
Yep.
Because it was a mechanical device, and it was like that big.
Mm-hmm.
And
I
you
was
would
listening-
actually click it. It would go click, click,
Yep.
click.
I was listening to an interview with Paul McCartney, and he was talking about when they went to visit Elvis, and they were like, "Oh, and it was the first time I ever saw someone who had a switcher." You know,
Oh, really?
like
A switcher?
to switch the channels.
Right, right,
A
right.
switcher. Yep. So the
Do you
switcher,
remember?
the clicker.
Do you remember the little metal clickers that used to click to make the noise?
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was
Star
a
calls
piece
them
of-
Snappets.
That's the brand name. You used to get them when you went to the auto show.
Yeah, it was
They,
a piece of spring steel. And it
they
would just
got
go
they got famous from the movie The Green Berets. Remember that? Two
Yeah.
clicks for
Mhm.
this, and 1 click for that.
Yep.
Hmm.
Remember
I
the
do
Chinese,
remember that.
the Chinese finger puzzle? Like you
Oh,
used to
yeah.
use-
The pole. You couldn't pull. Yeah.
My little snack.
Yeah.
I can go to sleep now.
What'd you have?
A little bit of peanut M&Ms and some.
Oh man, you guys suck.
I had meatloaf when I came in before.
Oh,
I got
meatloaf
back.
sounds so
I had meatloaf tonight too.
How'd it turn out,
good.
Laura?
It was, oh my God, it was so much better today.
Yeah, when you come here, I got 15 pounds of hamburger in the freezer. Gonna be one big meatloaf.
Well, just look down. I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
That would be a meatball.
you weren't
What
you weren't
did
sup- you weren't
I'm
supposed to
kidding.
say nothing, Laura.
I'm just kidding. Maybe I wasn't talking to you.
Yeah, right. You knew you were talking to me.
No, it turned out really good because my grandma would make it and she'd pour, instead of like ketchup or barbecue, she would pour a can of tomato soup
Oh
without,
yeah.
over the top
wow.
of it.
Interesting.
And the gravy, it's like an orange gravy. The gravy is so
Mm.
good.
With
And then
masters. Oh man.
I know I did regular potatoes and carrots and onions and celery in it, and you put it all
Mm.
around there and
Mm.
put
Oh,
salt and pepper and garlic powder, and then you just pour
meat
that over it
fat.
and you just
Yeah.
throw it right in the oven.
Who uses like crock pots or slow cookers?
I do.
I do.
My little sister does.
Yeah.
I gotta get me a one of those air fryers.
You need to get.
Yeah. Boy,
Does
they're great.
anybody have a foodie? I've got the Ninja Foodie, and
No.
it can.
I thought you said booby. I really
foodie,
did.
foodie. And it air fries. It bakes.
I have
it
a big
broils,
one and I never took it out of the box. I'm intimidated by it.
and you
Jesus,
lift
Mary.
the
and
lid
Joseph.
up,
It's
and
like
you can use it as a pressure cooker or
metaphor,
slow
then.
cooker. Gina, it's so easy. You could take a package
So
of
easy. So easy.
frozen sausage, like Italian sausage, put it in on broil 10 minutes aside, and it's cooked perfect all the way through from frozen. It makes
Sausage.
thick.
I have an
Sauce.
air fryer that I use, but it's small, but I have that big.
The Foodie XL.
How much you
Yeah.
want for it, Gina?
I want to know how to use it. I don't
Well,
wanna
you could
use
bring it over here and I'll show you how to use it.
Hey Gina, I'll help you out. It's easy. I love it. And it's great when we go camping because I just put it in the outdoor kitchen and
Right,
just,
and then you only have to bring, it's like 5 things in one, so you don't have to bring a bunch of.
That's
yeah,
cool.
and when you want to pressure cook, you just lift up the one lid and then you put the other lid on top of it. So you can pressure cook, slow cook. Yeah, it's nice.
You
I
can
love
cook
it.
a sweet potato in like 5 minutes.
Mm.
Yeah, it's a good thing, and you
I
can.
never used to like sweet potatoes.
Yeah, same here.
Then
man.
recently I started, I'm like, what was I upset about? These are
Yeah,
really
I
good.
Sweet
love 'em.
potato fries with a little
They're
bit
supposed to
of
be
cayenne
good
in it.
for like fiber and stuff.
Yeah,
Is
it's
that
a
correct?
healthier
Yeah.
potato.
Yeah.
I like
really
sweet
good.
potato chips. That's not so healthy.
No.
I like a sweet potato.
In
casserole.
moderation, though. That's what they keep saying. Moderation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Hey, you
Hey,
guys,
I could take that F off the wall and put it on my wall.
The what?
The F on Judy's wall.
You see that?
You
Yeah.
see an F on her? Oh, yeah, I do. No.
You do?
I
Yeah.
see the big F.
On my fireplace,
Mantle?
like there?
Yeah, right there. Yeah.
An F on her fireplace.
Get it?
Hey guys, I'm gonna sign off. 'Cause I'm getting really, really sleepy.
You're an
Okay,
hour
good
over.
night.
It
You
was
know, it always
good-
takes one to start, and then all of a sudden we're like, well, it is
I didn't
time
think
for
I'd make it.
midnight.
Yeah,
I'm
we
like
Yeah,
should
3
probably
hours
we
sleep.
should probably wrap it up.
Here we go. We're bailing.
Yeah, I'm getting
I'm
tired.
sorry, but
I'll
hey, it's good
take.
to see you guys, and
Bye,
Nice to
Laura.
see
we'll see
you.
you soon. Next week
Bye.
we'll do a demo of something. One of
That'd be
us.
cool.
All right. Take
All right.
care, everybody. It's
All
good
right.
to
Take
see
care,
you.
Laura.
All right,
Bye,
bye.
everybody.
Thanks,
Bye, kiddo.
Good night.
thanks everyone.
Good night.
Fade to black.